Alright, what is up, everybody? Welcome to this Minecraft mod showdown matches. I am Delthius, and let me get UrbaneOlive on the call with me today. Hello, Mr. Olive.
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing on this wonderful Saturday?
And it is a wonderful Saturday. I'm doing very well. My name is UrbaneOlive, for those listening. Yeah, we're ready to cast some fun MC mod games.
Yes, so, for those people that don't know, well, first and foremost, we just finished TnT Championship 2025. What did you like about the event? Did you? I had to double check, but you were in it. You barely did not make it into round of 16. Close call, but yeah. What do you think of it? I personally really like the format, and I'd like to standardize it moving forward. I think.
Yeah, I think this is the best format. You know, Tooth and Tail Championships has tried a number of different formats in the past. You know, they've done code divisions before, like Code A, Code S, and then they kind of moved to an open versus a competitive division. And this is kind of also what they're doing now. They're doing open versus competitive, but the way that they structure the competitive division now, I think, is the best format they've had. And I really enjoyed the championship, even though I didn't make it out of the group stages this time.
Well, I think you have a pretty good shot at making it out of the group stages here in a couple months. In the next TnT Championship 2026, we are planning to get that kicking off around late March. So very excited for that.
Oh boy.
There seems to be a lot of interest in the game at the moment, which is really cool. We're getting ladder back up and running, so multiplayer ranked has been patched. If anybody is watching this and noticed the actual patch on Steam for Tooth and Tail. So now you can get on there and play ladder. Everything that we played on the tournament is live except for the raccoons. So we'll see if we get raccoons sometime in the future, but for now, all the other balance patches are on there. So I feel like when early to mid-March comes around, that's going to be really, really active. People getting in shape for the next tournament.
Absolutely, and it's so really just exciting to see an official balance patch finally coming out. You know, the community's been kind of in agreement on what the balance in this game should be for quite a while now, and we've been playing on just mods, you know, here and there to get that right balance level. And finally, the developers of the game coming in, actually just a modder, basically coming in and modding it to be an official balance patch is so inspiring because the game continues to grow even so many years after its release. So yeah, we're all excited about this new upcoming tournament.
So I made a little bit of a mistake, and I did not hook up my Ethernet cable. So
Oh,
I am going to do that right now. But as I do that,
okay.
I have one other announcement before we get into it. So we've got this tournament, which is the Minecraft mod tournament that we're advertising here today. It's going to be played in one day on February 21st, I believe. Let me make sure I don't get that date wrong. That's kind of important.
I believe that's correct.
February 21st, Saturday, February 21st, we're going to do the whole tournament in one day, which is really fun. It's not a big commitment to join it. And then another very quick tournament we're thinking about before the next championship. This guy wants to organize another 2v2 tournament. Those are always a lot of fun. And it's a little bit more approachable, I think, if you're kind of casual, you're on the fence about joining any of these events. 2v2 is a little bit more chaotic and crazy, and anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I will say, don't be shy. If you are new, you're watching this on YouTube, you bought Tooth and Tail years ago, and you're thinking about getting back into it. Again, the ladder is back up and running. People should be playing ranked. There's plenty of Discords out there. The Pocketwatch Discord's the main one. If you have trouble finding a game, just ask people there, and people will be happy to play with you. But the game's really easy to pick up. It's really easy to get to a pretty decent skill level, so don't be shy. Join the tournament. Worst thing that happens is you don't make it to round of 16. It's not that big of a deal. But exactly. Minecraft mod, let's talk about it, Olive, because we're starting with some of your games. So if you don't mind rambling for a minute while I improve my internets, I would appreciate it.
Absolutely, let's do it. So this is a game, right, Tooth and Tail, but it's been modded many times before, and this mod is probably one of the best community created mods out there. This is the Minecraft mod made by Unprecedented Studios, and it's so fun because we've had these kind of preset units to play with for so many years, but this mod kind of reinvents that, and it picks kind of like good inspiration from those unit designs that came before it, but it introduces a whole new set of units that have totally different interactions. All the numbers have been tweaked, and this mod mod has been going through balance changes for years. As long as I've been playing the game, I think sometime it went after I started. Uh, Studios made this mod, and then he's been tweaking it ever since, which is just so awesome because it's not even just a random like mod. Oh, it's been thrown together. It's actually been tracked. Balance changes have been made. It's tournaments have been run on this mod before, so we're definitely excited to see it. I'm gonna once we get Delphius up into the game, we can talk about what the specific units are. But there are 7 of each tier of units, which is pretty crazy because in regular Tooth and Tail, of course, there's only 5. So as opposed to 20 units in vanilla Tooth and Tail, there are actually, let's see, 7 times 4. I'm an engineering student. Let's see if I can figure this out. 28 units in this new mod, which
Doing
is
math
pretty
on
crazy.
stream is very bold. So.
I know. I'm working hard over here. My day off. I don't want to do any more math. So.
Well, thank you for the introduction. I did get the internet, the Ethernet cable hooked up, so hopefully that'll improve my internet. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start off by kind of introducing the mods, and all I'm doing right now, or the units rather. So all I'm doing is booting up a random lobby, and we're just gonna walk through what each unit is. And I am relying on Olive's expertise here, as I'm not very familiar with the Minecraft mod myself, so I'm going to be learning with the rest of the class today. So let's start with the zombie.
Absolutely, probably the most basic unit in the Minecraft mod. It's probably one of the core tier 1s. So this is kind of like a powerful mole, except for it's just basically meant to tank for your tier 1 units. So it's kind of your tier 1 tanking role.
Cool. And what is the Stray?
So the Stray is kind of like, again, your really basic unit. It's essentially a squirrel, but it does kind of less damage, and it applies a slowing effect. So all of your units are going to get dazed, and you can kind of see that by like a little particle effect around either the player or the units. So it'll slow down the units. It'll also slow the player down a lot, which is a big deal.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Our next
It's
up
like
is
you're walking through water.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Next up's the spider.
Yeah, so the spider's a really interesting one. This is kind of like a lizard in many ways, except for its melee. So it's very, very fast, and it's a melee unit.
Cool. And then we have the pillager.
Yeah, so kind of another squirrel variant, except it has much longer range than the stray, a much higher damage, but it takes a long time to reload. So think about this kind of as like a tier 1 falcon. It doesn't have a burst, but it has like a bolt. A ton of damage, it has to reload. A ton of damage, has to reload. And it's pretty squishy as well.
Okay. Then we've got the snow golem.
Yeah, the snow golem's definitely an interesting one. It is has a really solid range. It has a really fast attack speed, but with really low damage. It's a specialty unit against air and fire units. So I don't know if you guys have ever played Minecraft before, the real game, but snowballs and snow golems do good damage against like blazes, for example, one of the tier 2 units. But in general, this is going to be kind of an anti-air unit.
So we've also introduced the like Pokemon style elemental strengths and weaknesses into this mod. Cool. All right.
Yeah, it's super cool.
The Phantom is next.
Yeah, Phantom's kind of a weird one. It's a flying tier 1, sort of like a mixture between a crow and a mole. So this one's also melee. It has a decent health pool, and it's kind of meant for like an early game poking unit. Like it's not a great end game comp like the crow kind of was. But it's still a really solid pick for any deck comp.
Okay. And then lastly, for tier 1 is the villager.
So your badger player in the neighborhood is absolutely losing their mind to this unit. It is a pigeon on the ground, but it heals everything. It does so much healing. It heals buildings. It heals all your units up. Yeah, it's basically just a pigeon that doesn't fly, but it's really, really good at doing that.
And actually, maybe I should skip to some of the TLDR Minecraft mod changes, because one of them I want to address here. There is a heal stack maximum, so you can't like the badger with the pigeons. You can't have like 10 pigeons healing it. It looks like it's 2 for tier 1, 4 for tier 2, and 6 for tier 3.
Yep.
But some other, before we get to the tier 2, some other just general high level comments. The health and damage is mostly doubled across the board. And healing and poison are still at 1 DPS, so poison probably a little bit weaker, or maybe we'll get into that, based on unit design. The water will heal up twice as fast, or anything you want to touch on with the poison?
No, you're right. The poison's not quite as strong in this mod. Not a whole lot of units actually have it.
Okay.
and then but the healing is still really good.
Right. And speaking of healing, water heals twice as fast, and we just talked about the heal stack maximum. Campfires produce 60 food upon completion. That's pretty interesting.
It is
Uh,
interesting, right?
yeah,
So even just buying a campfire and finishing it is worth buying it essentially.
yeah, that's kind of pretty cool. Commander's HP levels up twice as fast, and it sounds like in general, based on the description of what was it, the spider. Your commander has a little bit of a different role in this game, in this mode, right? I mean, I guess it's more interactable with the units compared to just straight damage.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the spider is definitely an interesting unit. Um, and yeah, I think it's really nice to have that extra health on the commanders because a lot of these units do a ton of damage. So like everything is kind of been doubled, like you said. So it just also makes sense to double that commander HP to compensate. But you'll find that in the early game of this mod, you have such a high HP that stopping scouting is essentially impossible. So that
Okay.
makes the early game actually harder to rush in. For example, it's much more likely to get to the later game.
Interesting. Okay, and then there is fire in this game, and it deals damage over time to structures, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Silverfish spawn from most warrens, cabins, and mills on death, kind of like in StarCraft 2 when a Zerg building, goes down. And then
Never played it, but
blindness is a status effect that reduces vision and attack range to 0, represented by an
yes.
angry face.
That's a cool one, actually. It's really awesome. If you one of the tier 3 units is a warden, I guess.
Yeah.
And it causes blindness, which, as it says, it reduces your view range to 0, which means none of your units can actually shoot anything for a couple seconds, which is pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, tell me about the slime. Let's get into the tier 2 here.
All right, so the slime is basically the zombie on steroids. It starts out as a big guy, it does a lot of damage. As you kill it, it will break apart into smaller slimes, which also have lesser damage and lesser health. And then as you kill those medium slimes, they break into even smaller slimes with very low damage and low health. But one of these slimes is such a good tank. It's absolutely incredible how much tanking value these things have.
And do the tier 2 buildings, you get two slimes as well, right?
You
That's
get
still
two
the same?
slimes for
Okay.
120 food.
Seems pretty good. Okay, what's the
That's pretty good.
blaze?
So the Blaze is kind of, I would say, like another core tier 2 unit, sort of like a Falcon might be in regular Tooth and Tail.
Okay.
It's got kind of an AoE fire attack, so it shoots like blaze balls in a little burst, like a Falcon might, and it does a little bit of, like burst area damage.
Cool. All right. The creeper. I know this one. Is this a baneling?
Oh man, I've never played StarCraft. I have no idea. But yeah,
You're like
pretty
one
much.
of the only Tooth and Tail really good players who didn't come from StarCraft.
I know this is my first and only RTS ever, so all I have to compare this to is actual Minecraft.
or toads, right? Another good example. The creeper is gonna come up and blow up on things, right? Isn't that what creepers
Exactly.
do?
Yep, pretty simple. Does a lot of single target damage as well.
Cool. All right. What is our next unit? The Drowned.
This one's so sweet. I really like this one. It is that ferret unit, but
Yep.
because all the units in this mod have been buffed up, they're a lot more interesting than the vanilla units. This one also had to receive some buffs and some tuning. So this one has a special affinity for water. So when it's put into water, it gets basically wolf stimmed, which is pretty
Oh,
ridiculous. I
that's
mean,
cool.
there's a whole strategy built in the real game about like using a wolf just to spam ferrets, run in, boom, get some shots, run out. You can do that with just this unit. So if you get lucky and your opponent has some water around their base, they are absolutely screwed.
Interesting. All right. The Enderman. Spooky.
You should know this one too. This is a classic, almost as iconic as the Creeper, I think. Um, this is kind of a weird unit role. It's kind of an assassin, I would say. It can be placed anywhere like moles can. It does
Okay.
really high single target damage with a really long reload time. Um, it's kind of like a tier 2 mole in many ways. Yeah.
Gotcha. Awesome. What's the Evoker?
Ooh, this is like a tier 2 owl, I guess, to keep comparing it to those vanilla mods. It spawns units with some really interesting abilities. It has kind of like a ranged AoE ground attack kind of thing. It's really hard to
Okay.
describe if you actually haven't played Minecraft, but if you played Minecraft, it does exactly what it does in Minecraft. It spawns mobs and it does a little bit of damage here and there.
Okay, the Skeleton Horseman.
Ooh, this is one of my personal favorites just to troll around with a little bit. It's really fast, like almost as fast as the commander, and it shoots while moving, which is really interesting for Tooth and Tail units. So you can kite like nothing else with this unit. It does really low damage, but it has really fast attack speed and it moves while shooting.
Cool. All right, and on to the tier 3, we've got the Wither.
Oh man, these are the fun ones. Okay, these ones I actually probably know less about.
Okay.
But the Wither, to the best of my knowledge, is kind of like a badger, but it
Okay.
explodes all the time. There's a lot of
Sweet.
explosions going on, which is pretty cool.
The Iron Golem. Is it a
The
tank?
Iron Golem? Yeah, I mean, come on, it's like a boar. It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's a melee boar, has a ton of health. It heals itself on every kill, so whenever it does damage to a unit, it takes some health back.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's just like a nice big tanking unit.
We've got the Ender Dragon.
Oh man, this is like a badger if you gave it skunk powers. So it basically shoots these kind of like far away, almost like ferret shot, big skunk grenades.
Yeah.
But the skunk grenades do damage to everything, and like 5 times as fast as skunks do. This thing is absolutely a menace. Let me just say.
The Witch.
Yeah, the witch. I actually not to. Oh, I think this is pretty much a wolf, to the best
Okay.
of my knowledge.
Kind of
Yeah,
a buffer.
I think so. Yeah.
Cool. Do you know about the Warden?
Yeah, the Warden's sweet. It's got a ton of different random attacks. Think about this as probably your favorite unit, Delty. It's the Fox.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's kind of big and bulky. It doesn't run nearly as fast, but it has a really long, like, ranged snipe attack.
Cool.
But when it gets in range of your enemy's army, it has a really great initial debuff, which is what we talked about earlier, the fear. So they
Right.
kind of lose all vision, and they actually can't even fight back for a couple seconds, which, if you have a really bursty army, can really make a huge difference.
That's interesting. The Arc Illager? How do you say that? Or is it supposed to be Arc Villager? And they missing
I don't know.
missing the V there? I don't know.
It feels like it should be the Arch Villager, I agree, but I guess I'll read it as it comes. The Arch Illager. This one is like the tier 3 owl. So as the Evoker was like the tier 2 owl, this is the tier 3 owl. It spawns a ton of like smaller kind of melee units, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one.
All right, and then our last tier 3 unit is the Wildfire.
This one's really cool. It's a really interesting unit that it's not really comparable to anything in vanilla TNT, but it's got these shields that you can kind of see in the unit description that kind of fly around it, and those every while will like break and they're kind of protecting it, and it kind of shoots fire, sort of like a blaze does, with a lot of structure crit.
Dude, these units are insane, man. I'm really excited to see
I
them in
know.
action. All right,
Yep.
lastly, we got our defensive structures, the Soul Sand.
Oh man, we're getting through it. This is your wire. It slows
Okay.
things down. You can be placed anywhere on the map, which is pretty sweet.
Yep.
And one really interesting thing about these units is they actually create a little bit of area for buildings to be placed down inside of them. So you can walk across the map, place this in front
Oh.
of your opponent's base, and start spamming them with balloons.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like some proxy warrants. All right, TNT, does
Yeah.
it blow up?
Yeah, it blows up. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It go boom.
Do you just place it like a mine anywhere and then it just kind of goes off, or?
Yep, exactly. It's actually, I think it's the same as a creeper explosion, but it's
Okay.
like a mine. It costs a little bit more than a mine, but it works exactly the same.
The dispenser MG, is this just an MG equivalent?
Yep. I think it explodes a little bit too, but
Okay.
it's pretty much it. Yep.
The silverfish spawner, let me guess, is this gonna spawn those silverfish that come
Whoa!
out of when a worm gets destroyed?
No way, Delphius, that's crazy.
I'm pretty smart
It
guy.
does. I know. Yeah, exactly. It's just a spawner unit. But another interesting thing is these ones can also be proxied, which is
Yeah.
really weird. So
Yeah.
they actually cost more outside your zone, but you can
Yeah.
still place them outside your territory.
Elder Guardian, which kind of looks like a balloon from the button.
Yep, it's a huge flying tier 3 balloon. So if you hit X on this thing or whatever your
Oh, the
X for
more
more
info.
info.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I should've
It'll
been
show
doing
up
that the
like
whole time.
oh.
Okay.
Oh well. But it costs like 180 food or 120, I guess. 180 food, I think. It's a lot. So it takes a forever to build like a tier 3 might, but it shoots like these crazy AoE, like infinite range, pretty much missile shots. So it's pretty
Awesome.
crazy if you ever get one up.
The Elite Illager Kill Squad.
Yeah, studio's definitely cooking a little bit with these names here. This is a so this one costs 360 food. So think about this as investing in like a full tier 3, but it's basically you put it down and it spawns a raid, quote unquote. basically means after some amount of time, it just spawns a ton of like smaller units, and then as that time goes on, it will continue to spawn stronger and stronger units. So you're
Yeah.
basically playing protect the president. You place it in your own base, and you just defend as long as you can, and then you get this massive army after like 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, you start getting tier 3 after 8 minutes. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
8 minutes is pretty much 100 years in Tooth and Tail, though. My,
Yeah, if you're lasting 8 minutes and you're not already winning,
right.
you're.
Minecraft Nether Blighted Cohorts. Another spawner, it looks like.
Yes, so this one costs 480 food. It has a shorter spawn time, but this one is like basically the last unit on steroids. If you can defend this one even longer, 12 minutes, you are easily winning the game. It spawns absolutely incredible, like elite level tier 3 units. So definitely a good one.
Nice.
I'll
Okay.
spoil it. This one does get placed down in some of my games at least, so we'll definitely get to
Nice.
see a little showcase there.
So there has been a glitch. I don't know if it's because we're on an old version of the game for these replays, but sometimes it crashes when I exit. So we just had a little crash there, but we are back in business. No big deal.
Perfect. Yeah, same thing happened to me earlier, so it just happens sometimes.
Yeah. All right. So we've kind of given you a high-level overview. We've introduced a lot of vocabulary terms that I expect everybody to
Yes.
remember because it will be on the quiz.
That's
and,
right.
We're going to hop into a couple exhibition matches. So again, why are we doing this? We're doing a one-day tournament. It's Saturday, February 21st, to showcase the mod. Again, I personally have never played it, but I see people all the time talking about it or asking for games on it. So really cool that we have a tournament here for it. And we are going to start with, these are best of 9 games. My scoreboard says
Yes.
best of 7. So we have quite a few games to go over here today. And in our first series, we have none other than UrbaneOlive himself.
Can you
facing
believe
off
it?
against Evil Murloc.
Yeah.
Who did very,
A
very
really
well
exciting matchup for me.
in the tournament.
Yes, a semi-finalist, if you can believe it. So I have my work cut out for me here.
All right, are you ready to hop into game number 1?
Sure, give me a countdown. We'll do it.
Yeah, I'll say 3, 2, 1, go. So.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, okay. I think I got there.
Okay, spawning in the left, we've got Olive, and in the right, we have Evil Murloc. So, okay, you have a zombie, right?
Yes,
As your first
let's
unit.
go. Boom,
You have
zombie.
Pillager.
Pillager.
The Pillager. Okay,
Yep.
and then
So
that's
that's
a
kind of like
creeper.
your long-range tier 1. Yep. Creepers
so,
there. Yep.
So you kind of got like mole, squirrel, baneling, and
Yes,
then you have
exactly.
your skeleton horseman.
Yes. And that one
and
is kind of that kiting unit.
Yep, and then is that the Iron Golem? For your,
Sure is.
It looks like you're taking 2 tier 1, 2 tier 2, and 2 tier 3. And then the last one is that the Illager. Maybe that's intentional, like he's ill, like he's sick, like in a good way. He's so ill.
That was
the
actually the
Illager?
witch, I believe.
Oh, the
Yeah,
witch.
it's a witch.
Okay, yeah, the witch.
Yeah,
and
so
that's
that's
like
kinda that wolf.
The wolf. Okay. And then the Iron Golem is kind of like a melee boar, right?
Exactly. Has a ton of health, big melee damage, heals after each hit, that kind of thing.
Okay, and then
Definitely a cool one.
your opponent Murloc here, his first unit, is that the Phantom?
That's a stray.
That's
So
a
that's
stray.
another tier 1 like squirrel unit, but it dazes, so it has a slowing effect. If you watch my
Oh.
commander, you'll see it when he places it down.
Okay.
It's actually pretty brutal, I have to say. Like if you're actually playing against it, it's really annoying to play against because your commander gets slowed, like you're walking in water all the time.
And then his next unit's a spider, which is kind of like that lizard almost, right?
Yep, absolutely.
I don't recognize the third. That's not the soul sand, is it?
No, that's the blaze. So that's
the
it's kind of a
blaze.
tier 2. Think about that as like a falcon, essentially. It
Okay.
serves kind of the same role in
Look
attack.
at your little guy here.
I know.
Sorry, that's the pillager, right?
That's the pillager. So if you look
Okay.
at them shoot, you'll see them like put their crossbow down to kind of reload as well. So
Okay.
I love the sprites in this mod. It's so detailed.
Yeah, they look really good. Okay, finishing up the opponent here, they've got the MGs, and then they've got that kind of cracked out balloon, and then what is that final unit?
So that was one of those big spawner units. So it's a 3x3
Oh.
tile radius, and you just want to play defense on it basically. Drop it in your own base, play defense, it spawns units.
Okay, so Murloc is hoping he can, based on Murloc's deck, he's got a lot of defenses here. He's kind of hoping he can hang back, get maybe 1 or 2 of those spawners up, and then just kind of beat you with value in the late game, right?
That's right. Yeah, he's really dropping a lot of farms here. He really wants to move. I see this, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I only have a few units. He has about the same amount as me, but right now I'm hitting before he has any time to get those strays out. So I get him to sell a farm here at least.
Right. Okay.
But yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I love this mod because, I mean, when I was playing this, I played it before a couple times, but when I was playing these games, I didn't know what half these units did. I had to keep reading, like, hitting X on stuff. Oh, here we go. So now the pillagers coming in. You're getting to see the pillagers versus the strays. Some spiders coming in, and I'm kind of losing this trade over time. Yeah, those strays kind of get me there.
The strays seem to have done a much better job there. I don't know if it was just the attack angle. Oh, that spider is so fast.
Look at that thing. Oh my goodness. And now my zombie's kind of sitting out here in the open, getting picked off, trying to hold Murloc off. I do have a range advantage. But yeah, I'm kind of in a tough position here.
What do you think happened? I mean, you know, your first attack was pretty decent. You denied a farm or two, right? Do you think that follow-up attack just was a little bit of a mistake, or do you think the unit comp was not in your favor, or?
I think it was tough because I didn't really know that he had spiders at the time, so I pushed in to try to, you know, get some more value, and then my range advantage was basically gone once the fight started. And once the fight is going on, these strays just kind of dominate me, especially when the spiders start getting on my unit. And I realized I couldn't actually retreat based on the spiders, so I just had to basically lose my entire army there, which was unfortunate.
So, dude, look at that thing. That's a straight up
look at that.
Colony. That's so funny.
I know, right?
That's from Brood War. But so, do the gristmills have additional HP too? Yeah, I can see that.
They do. And you know what? They start with a ton of HP as well. They don't have to build up like in vanilla TNT.
Right. And what was that? The creep colony again? I'm sorry. The third.
That is like the. That is like the. I forget what it's called. Wait, I'm about to take this mill here.
Yeah,
look how much damage these things do. Oh my god. But those are like a big balloon, basically.
Oh, that's right.
The name of the unit now.
Yeah.
And you can see some silverfish here kind of spawning in because the mill went down, and they actually end up picking off my entire back line.
Oh, wow,
here.
they do a lot of damage.
I know. I was like kind of pissed off. Like, I'm winning this fight, and now hold on a minute. But I did get that whole mill there.
Yeah, I'd say you're definitely in good shape. I mean, your tier 3 is going to be here a lot faster than the opponents, and you also got that mill, so right now Murloc's in a pretty bad position. He's going to need to come return the favor against you, otherwise, you know, probably going to lose this game if your economy just continues to be so much stronger than his.
Yeah, I mean, it's 12 to 4 farms right now. Murloc really needs to do some damage. He's rebuilding his mill here, but I guess he's kind of hoping that this tier 3 of his will pay off and spawn him in basically a return army. And I don't think I've even scouted it yet, so that's probably what he's relying on now. Oh no, I have scouted it, so
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you did get the scout off just recently, but let's see the Iron Golem. Oh, look at that thing. Oh, it's stuck. It can't
Oh,
move.
what?
It's stuck back there.
What the heck? Oh man, that's messed up.
All right, there it goes. Yeah, dude, the sprites are really good, and you know, people
amazing?
have been. This guy is actually, I believe this guy is doing upkeep on skin repositories. So there is actually a Discord now where you can get skins for this game. There have been a ton of really good skins. Oh yeah, the creeper attacks.
Oh man.
Yeah, you got a lot of those things.
Yeah, this thing has like 200 HP. Here, look at all these warrens.
Oh.
Getting flung up in the air.
That's so cool. Okay, we see some of that blind effect going on. I saw some of those angry faces. Okay, so those are the units that got produced by that tier 3 from Murloc. Is that right? These kind of ghosts.
Exactly. So I destroyed his tier 3 warden, and in return I got all this stuff on my battlefield. So, now I have a couple of silverfish of my own.
That's crazy. So as you destroyed that spawner, it made all these units, or did it kind of make these units first? Oh!
It made them as I destroyed them, which is just kind of, oh, the creeper explosion. Oh, man. And that looks like it's going to be game right there.
Yeah, what a crazy match. Okay, I think I'm starting to see what's going on. So, point on the board for Olive here.
Yeah, so I think it's supposed to spawn them like as time goes on, but I think when you do destroy it, it just automatically spawns like X amount of troops.
Yeah, it gets a little bit of value there. It is very expensive, right? It's quite expensive to build.
Yeah, I think it's like 360 food up front, which is a ton of money.
Yeah. All right, you ready for game number 2?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
All right.
We've got unprecedented. Wait, I'm sorry. I booted up the wrong game.
Are you okay?
Sorry about that. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
All right.
Mr. Olive in the green makes sense for an olive over on the left. On the right, it is Murloc. And so we've got the water unit this time around. The drown.
Yes. Yes, Murloc has the drowned this time. So you can see there is some water on this map. If he ever gets one out, he could definitely deny my second mill with that pretty effectively. I hope you get to see it because it has a stemming effect that it just moves ridiculously fast. I think it moves about the speed of a fox on stem, I'm pretty sure, in water.
And then he's also got the slime. Is that his second unit there? Slime,
yep.
blaze, soul, sand, and then the
no, that's the drown, and then the TNT is that fifth one.
Oh, the TNT,
yep.
Gotcha. And then
so that's like a big mine.
The balloon called again?
That's I forget the name of it, but it's like a big balloon.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's gonna be the
and then your deck has the zombies, the stray, and the pillager this time. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I decided to double up. I was like, oh, why did he pick the stray in that last game? Maybe I should see what this thing's all about. Decided to mix and match.
Yeah, the stray looked pretty strong.
Yeah,
what was the advantage of the pillager? Does the pillager have better range, or what was the difference between those two units?
It's got an extra 2 range, and it does more damage. So it's like a one shot, has to reload for a while. One shot has to reload. So honestly, it's at its best when it's kind of like kiting. Like, okay, boom, take a shot, move back a little bit, reload, boom, take a shot. So when I was just taking those straight up fights, it wasn't really doing much. If you look though at this mill, you see this thing I've put down here. This is an Enderman. So it can be proxied. It's 200 or 120 food, like a tier 2, and I'm about to rush his mill. So boom, I get the farm. Now I'm going for all his units here.
Wow.
It's got 68 health. It's got 60 health. It's destroying all of his stuff. I'm like freaking out right now. How am I? Okay, and now he takes it down with silverfish.
Jeez, that's cool. That was so powerful. So do the silverfish ever go away, or are they just?
No, they stick around forever.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. So that those spawn in for mills and for warrens. Any structure that breaks, campfires, that kind of stuff. That'll all spawn in.
Is that tier 2? Is that the blaze? No, that's not the blaze.
Yes, that's the blaze.
Oh,
and I just put down the blaze right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what's your final unit?
That's the wither skeleton, or something. Wait. Oh no, sorry. That's the nether like big spawning thing. So that's like the most expensive unit in the game. It's 480 food to place down. It's kind of like the thing that Murloc placed last game, but it's actually more expensive and better if you can defend it for longer.
Right. Okay, so you're building up a decent tier 1 army here. You got some early Enderman damage on that expansion and a couple of warrens. So I'd say you're in a pretty good spot this game. Coming in for
it feels
a scout.
like it.
You're gonna see the tier 2. Yeah, that slow on the commander is very interesting. I like that a lot. I like the slow. I think the blind is a cool mechanic too. So it feels like warrens just get evaporated. Like that Ender. I don't know if that's just the Enderman, but
Enderman has extra crit damage to like buildings, but there's actually a ton of like mobs in this game that have extra crit damage to warrens. Any structures in general. Like I'd say like probably 40% of the units in this mod have structure crit damage, which is kind of interesting as well.
Okay,
ooh,
so
a couple TNT placed down here.
Yeah, that just works the same way as mines, except for it's a creeper explosion, right? Hey, you baited out a silverfish. The silverfish can't be controlled, can they?
I don't think so. I think they just stick where they were, and then they get moved if you get the option. I don't think you can actually move them around though. They're just kind of defensive, kind of brainless now. Ooh, Murloc trying to go for some water abuse. I don't have any farms close enough for him to do that.
Yeah, why is he not building drowners? He's got the water.
I know. And he'd have the vision on me. He would destroy me if he used them now. Oh, I'm trying to chase that, but I don't think I'm getting it here. But I'm like, I'm just gonna push it anyway. I may have the advantage. Let's try it out. Zombies are getting in here. These slimes, look at these guys. Look at these slimes.
There's a slime. Jeez.
Oh my god.
That was insane. Dude, the slime seems super powerful.
Yeah, I think they're pretty crazy too. But anyway, he rolls over me there, and now he's just pushing into my base.
So the blaze is basically doing little like patches of boar fire, right? Like kind of like a skunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
And they do also structure crit, believe it or not.
Dude, everything's
that one kind of makes sense. I know, it's crazy. So, I mean, he's in my base at this point. I might be able to defend, but I do get one blaze there. It's not looking good at all.
Yeah, you are going to push him back for a moment. I think he's going to finish off your expansion there. Okay, yeah, you decide to tap out, so that calls it, or ties it up to 1-1.
Yeah, absolutely, keeping it close. Yeah, so I think I don't know what the problem in that game necessarily was. The slimes really just won that fight for Murloc so hard, though.
Yeah, I feel like the slimes really did a lot of work. Okay, you ready for game 3?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. I don't know what's up with us in the Tooth and Tail community with these giant series. It's always best of 13, best of 9. But we got you up top. We got Murloc in the bottom as well. We see the Drowner again in Murloc's deck, so hopefully we pull that one out. You have the Skeletal Horseman. We saw that on the first map, but you never actually built one, I don't think, did you?
That's true. I never got it out, no. But I remember when I used to play this mod a couple of years ago, this was my favorite unit. Since then, I mean, I don't want to brag, but maybe because of some of my plays, it got a lot of nerfs. The damage is not at all what it used to be.
Right.
But still a super fun unit just to control. I do believe, no spoilers, but I think I get it out in this game, so we'll get a little teaser for that little unit now.
And there's a couple, so in Murloc's deck, we've got the Zombie, that's the Stray, right? And then the Drowner, and then what's the 4th unit there?
I think that's the Wither, yeah, so kind of like a flying tier 3 Badger with exploding damage. So it kind of ramps up as it gets more, and it has structure crit.
Is that the Soulstone now? Soul Sand?
That's actually the Silverfish spawner.
Oh,
so,
the Silverfish spawner. Yeah, that makes sense. I see that now. And then that balloon unit again. So then on your side, you've got the Zombies, the Pillager, the Villager, the Skeletal Horseman, the MG, and then...
and kind of that same end, like, or Nether spawner from last game. So big, like, tier 3 spawner.
Yeah. But we didn't get to see that last game, right?
No, we didn't get to see it. Yeah, that's like a really, like, 7-minute, you maybe drop that when you have, like, 17 MGs in your base or something.
Okay, so map-wise, again, I mean, I see a lot of water, but it'd be cool to see that Drowner unit, but so far, just some Zombies and Strays come out from Murloc. You're building some Pillagers, getting your farms up. What were you thinking about in this game? What's your game plan? To just try to play a little mid-range, get into your powerful units, take some good fights, or...
Yeah, at this point, I was like, I want to get this Nether thing down. That's like my main goal. I want to get the Nether unit down, see what it does. And I knew that was going to take a lot of, defending, basically. So I'm like, okay, I need to get farms. I need to play defensively, and just chill back here and not let Murloc get over me on this one. So I already have an MG up, probably unnecessary, because I think I'm actually getting out farmed right now. So I'm actually doing a pretty poor job. Now I just had to sell it and farm up. Yeah, we're about even right now, but I've actually been behind on farms. Now I do a really big farm buy. Gonna go see if Murloc's matching me. He's not.
Ooh.
So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to be careful here.
He's building those spawners right on the edge of his territory here.
That's right. And you'll see once this gets completed. Oh, yep. So he's got a really nice, like, forward area here that he can place them in. And like I said before, you can place them outside of your own territory, but they just cost more.
Gotcha.
So at this point, I finally realized, I'm like, oh, wait, what's going on? He's attacking me. Oh, shoot. So I'm trying to kite with these guys a little bit. I get some nice shots. I get one.
Trying to leverage that extra range these guys have, right?
Exactly, yeah. So I'm kind of at this point where I can kind of like poke his strays without getting shot. But really imagine these as just like spawning individual mice. Like imagine this is like an eighth of an owl or something. Like this is tough for me to defend right now.
Yeah, you had to sell that turret. There's just too many of them. And Murloc's coming in again. Looks like your turret got up for a split second there. Then you had to
immediately take him down.
Yeah, but you're getting some tempo.
Look, every wave that just spawns though, it just absolutely rolls over me. I can't do anything. Oh man.
Those are 60 food, right? So once they kill a few pillagers, they basically paid for themselves, and then from there it's just free value. These zombies actually seem like a really important part of the army. You know, being able to get up front and tank it seems pretty important in this game mode.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I ran any games without the zombie. It's just such a useful unit. I feel like it really just supports both of the tier 1 in this mode. So, okay, now I finally have some stuff. But, yeah, I know. Look at this thing. And now I have my defenses up, but it's so perfectly countered. And I'm like, okay, I can't push out, I can't sit back. I think it's time to tap out. I look over, I'm like, oh, there's 4 spawners on my front door, okay.
Yeah, that seemed very effective. We did finally see those drowners at the very end there, but didn't quite get to see them in action. All right, so another point on the board for Murloc.
Yeah, looking good for Murloc. You're at 2-1.
And the spawning, there's a lot of these structures in this game mode that will spawn units, right? Both the silverfish ones in the early game, but there's also a couple of those like kind of tier 3 style options later on. Seems really
right.
really powerful.
It does seem powerful. I agree with you.
All right, game number 4. You ready?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go.
I think the fun part about this mod, though, is that every unit can feel powerful. Like, they all have really busted stats. Like, they all have such a fun, unique ability that if you just, like, tried to max one unit out, I think you could get a lot of like, juice from the squeeze, I suppose. Which is just definitely a cool aspect of this mod that, definitely Tooth and Tail itself has. But these are all new units, so there's more waiting to be taken from them.
Okay, so let's see how good I'm getting at these unit names. So you've got Zombie, Pillager, Slime, Creeper, TNT, and the last one I can't remember. Which one is that one?
This is the Nether spawning unit, so it's the big expensive one.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Murloc has the Stray, the Slime, the Blaze, the Elite Illager.
Very close. This is like the one right below. This is the tier 2 version of the spawning unit. So I think this is like the what's it called? Shoot. Evoker. That's the Evoker.
That's the Evoker. Yes. Then the Iron Golem and the Witch. The Witcher? The Witch?
Yes!
Okay,
let's
cool.
go!
Hey, I got most of them right.
Absolutely love that.
So how are you feeling about this map? It looks pretty even. Maybe a little better for you.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy. I got 3 like really nice and tight mills. I have a couple campfires I could try to take. Murloc definitely with a nice back expand here, but he doesn't really have much past that.
All right, let's see how this one progresses. Again, everybody, if this looks interesting to you, you can play it on the workshop. It's just called the Minecraft mod. All you do is you subscribe to it. If you played it in the TNT Championship 2025, it works the exact same way. Boot up a game, say mods allowed, throw it on. And we are doing a very quick one-day tournament here next month. So February 21st on Saturday. And listen, again, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're not good at Tooth and Tail, you haven't played in a long time, something like that, listen. This Minecraft mod is pretty much an entirely different game. We're all gonna be able to see the level playing field here. Nobody's gonna expect your slime rush that all of a sudden just wrecks everything. So it's a good opportunity to hop in, kind of meet some of the players in the community, start joining some discords, and have fun. I truly believe this Minecraft mod tournament we could see anybody win.
No,
it's
I
really
totally
gonna come
agree.
down to who puts the most time and effort into practicing on it. If a couple people make a little play group, they run a lot of games, they really start understanding the units, maybe find the most powerful unit comps, or maybe there's a unit that's broken and somebody discovers that it's too good, something like that. I mean, it could go to anybody.
Absolutely. And you're right, it's such an unknown mod, or not unknown mod, but it just hasn't been tested like the regular vanilla Tooth and Tail has. So with this big tournament coming up, I totally agree. A new player, an old player who hasn't played in a long time, who has some fundamentals, a different kind of RTS player, could really have a chance to come in here and shake up the meta just by putting some time in.
Cool. Well, we see some slimes coming out of you. I tend to agree. This unit looks really strong.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, hey, 2's pretty good. Why not try 4?
Yeah.
It's even interesting. You see, Murloc has actually chosen to drop the zombies, which is such a nice tier 1 benefit, in just kind of relying on that tanking from the slimes alone. Decides to take a new tier 3 slot instead of actually bringing the zombies. Thinks the slimes will basically do it for him.
Oh, sure, yeah. Like, if you can get through the early game, get the tier 2s out. I mean, you can get tier 2 pretty quick in Tooth and Tail, to be honest. So, yeah, like, utilizing that as your tank, that makes sense. So, we actually see a big fat macro game this time around. So, you guys kind of did the gentleman's agreement, 16 farm handshake here. And, we're powering up. So, the question is, are you going to build your giant nether spawner thingy?
I really want to, and you know what's funny? I've brought it 3 games in a row, but I've never even had the chance to put it down.
Right.
And so I didn't even realize until later that it's a 3x3 radius, and I couldn't place it inside my base. We'll see in a minute here,
really?
but it's a huge radius, so I had to find like a zone where I was actually able to place down.
Maybe like to the southwest, like by your 3rd mill or something would be. It needs like
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that
that would be
space,
smart.
huh? So double tier
Uh-huh.
3 out of Murloc. We're gonna see that Iron Golem again. This is the first time we'll see the Witch, right? And
Hmm.
he seems to like his blazes. He's got several of those in the air again. So maybe thinking that that's trying to fill like the Falcon role of I'm gonna build a lot of these in the late game, and they kind of get
Yeah.
exponentially better.
He's really just doing like the equivalent of Boar Falcon, like you said, and maybe adding a wolf here as well. So this boar is coming soon, and I actually did just place down the Nether spawner.
Yep.
Um, now that you say it, I agree that Southwest Zone would have been a way better place to put it. But here it is, kind of not really next to my base, just hoping Murloc doesn't scout it.
Yeah, and that is the benefit of putting tier 3 in wacky spots, is that you're kind of doing this risk reward situation where it's like, oh, maybe they want to scout it. Information is so important to Tooth and Tail. It's important in every RTS. But the drawback of that is if they do find it, it's pretty much free.
Yep. So I'm kind of worried at this point. I have some tier 1 and a couple tier 2, some slimes against like this pretty massive ball that I'm staring down. I don't even have that. I don't have very much flying vision either. Um, So I put down a ton of mines here. Here comes the fight. One mine goes off. And those
Wow.
creepers! Oh
Damn.
my goodness.
They deal damage to air, huh? They just annihilated
They
the
do.
blaze.
Yeah. So I think like 3 creeper explosions absolutely just destroys his entire blaze army.
That golem, though, the AoE from the golem just took out a lot of your slimes, but you still have so many left over, you're able to push into that third base.
Yep.
Oh,
I
there's
mean,
the
look
witch,
at the
huh?
army graph there. I actually had more than him during the fight, but most of that is in my placed down tier 3 unit. So
Yeah.
I think I was below him in army value, but the creeper just got so much value. And look at that thing pop open.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so it just made the things, and now the building's gone.
Yes, exactly. Building's
Okay.
gone, but I have really like pretty massive tier 3 unit here. I got like ghast, I got some like extra powerful blazes, I have a magma cube. I mean, these are units you just cannot even build in the regular game except by using this unit, which is such a cool addition, I think.
So what is that big flying tentacly one?
Yeah, so that's like, okay, you see it shooting like these kind of bouncing balls
Right,
of fire. Yep. And here comes the creepers again. Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Everything is stemmed up by the nether thing that I've put down. These slimes are absolutely disgusting. They do structure crit, by the way. I think I didn't need to mention that, but
Everything does structure crit, it seems like.
exactly. Yep.
Okay, tying it up 2-2 here. Seeing that nether spawner pay off was really great. That was super powerful. I think
Yeah,
that's
I
just
was
my
definitely happy.
takeaway from like most of these units is like everything is so powerful.
I know. You watch game 1, you're like, oh, that's such a busted unit. You watch game 2. Wait, what? That one's even crazier. Game 3. Oh my god.
It's like StarCraft Brood War, where it's like it's balanced because everything's broken.
Exactly. That's right.
All right, game number 5. Right? Are you ready to get into this?
Yep. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Alright.
We've got Olive still in the green and Murloc in the red up top. This time around, let me test myself here. We've got that's the Stray from your deck, and then a Spider,
Yes.
and then we've got the Slime, which I do. The Slime's looking so good. You got your Skeletal Horseman. The last unit's the TNT, and what is the 5th unit slot?
That's the Wither. We haven't actually seen it come out yet. Is a kind of a flying, exploding badger. So it's got definitely a unique thing. You actually see I'm going for a 4-farm double
Oh,
here,
you are
immediately
4-farm
scouted by
doubling.
Murloc.
With
Yep.
these spiders. Let's see how this plays off. I don't really have time to go over Murloc's units because we're going right into some rushing here. And the spiders we saw at game 1 a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, look how fast they are.
Look how fast that thing is. And I'm locking that pig in place. First one gets there. I'm not even waiting for the second one. Boom.
Nice. Okay. So very similar to like a lizard rush.
Yep.
They seem like they are faster than lizards. Am I crazy?
Oh, I think so. I think they're way faster than lizards. I think they're faster than the commander.
Yeah. Super
Which
fast.
is
Okay,
crazy.
here we go. They're gonna get up on these units here. This might be a pretty short game as you're already doing critical damage, and there it is. So the 4-farm double on the Minecraft
I
mod
know.
is a super real threat with those spiders.
Absolutely. And you can see that Murloc literally scouted that 4-farm double as soon as I placed it, and it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I still got a farm, and I still ended up picking off his replacement units, the strays.
So I actually really like that. It reminds me of Tooth and Tail in like 2018, where it was considered greedy to go 8 farms. Nowadays in modern Tooth and Tail, that's like the standard. But it used to be you had to go a 5 farm opener, a 5 farm Warren.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
you could get run over by a mole rush or a 4 farm double. So that might be a thing in Minecraft mod. Maybe you have to build that 5 farm safety Warren so you don't just die to a spider rush on a short map.
It's very true. Yeah, we're trying to take the meta from vanilla Tooth and Tail and apply it here, but like you said, that doesn't always work. That looked pretty strong to me for the featuring of 4 farm doubling. So I could
Yeah.
definitely see a world where 5 farm singles are a really important part of this mod.
Yeah, and I think that's a super healthy early game. I think that's a lot more interesting when we have more things going on than like, okay, you're going to go to 8 farms and then start playing the game,
Yes.
Cool. All right, game number 6. You ready?
Let's do it. We're working our way through this.
3, 2, 1, go. So we have this best of 9, and then we have another best of 9 between Studios and Chase. Chase also did very well in TnT Championship 2025. I don't think... Did Studios play? I don't remember.
In the tournament? Oh, I don't think he did. Or if he did, didn't track him that closely.
All right, well, we got a big map here, so I'll try my vocabulary lesson again. So we've got Stray, Spider, Villager, Skeleton,
Ooh.
Wither, and then Balloon, or Skeletal Horseman.
Yeah, Skeletal Horseman, and then the balloon I still can't figure out. I think it's Elder Guardian. I looked it up. It's Elder Guardian.
The Elder Guardian. Okay, and then the opponent, Murloc here, has Strays, Slimes, Blaze. Oh man,
Evoker.
Evoker. Thank you. Elder Dragon.
That's a tough
and
one.
and then what was the balloon again?
Elder Guardian, yeah, and then the Elder Dragon.
And then the Elder Dragon. Okay. And the Evoker. Tell me about the Evoker again. What does this unit do?
Definitely a really interesting one. I kind of summed it up in the unit description as a spawner unit, which is kind of what it is. But it spawns really unique units. So it spawns a Vex, which is kind of like a flying melee unit that has really low health.
Okay.
And it also spawns like these invisible like archer people.
Right.
You'll see it in fights. It's definitely interesting. But if you can keep it alive for a long time, it just keeps generating value. It's not necessarily like a super strong fighter on its own. But over time, it wins those longer games of like tier 2 scrappy matches.
Cool. So Murloc's taking his pocket expansion here. Spawn looks great for you. You got a nice 3 bases. Murloc's got that pocket base, which can matter. And then maybe we could fight over the west part of the map, but I would say the map is a little favored for you. And finally, we're going to see those Skeletal Horsemen coming out.
I know. Finally, I've managed to get him out on the battlefield. So here we go. We're going to see him in action. I do get a forward expansion here. And I do have to agree with you. My map looks really nice right now. I got a really nice tight 3 that I can defend. The one that's kind of north of Murloc's base, he could get, but I don't think if I let him get that base, I'm giving up the game. So
right. The only reason he would ever take that would be to expand his territory and maybe build some of those elite guardians, right?
Yep. Try to lock me in or something.
Okay. Oh, here's that horse. Here he comes.
Check this out.
And you say he can move and shoot like the Badger. Okay.
Yeah, watch this. Yeah. So he doesn't do that much damage, but I can just sit on the outside of this radius and just pick away at these guys.
Yeah, you
so I gotta be careful around tier 1, but
yeah, you can really punish that slime though if it gets out of position.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, if they're not careful, these things, if you have also more than 2 of them, like you can really pick off stuff really quickly.
Yeah.
Kind of like running up with a fox.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely seems like, you get 6 or 8 of them and all of a sudden you are a complete menace just running around.
But I mean, like, how can you, like, you just have to be on your guard all times against these units. You just can't even walk around and do stuff.
Yeah, they look like they're super fun to play.
Yep.
Okay,
and
we're getting into some second bases here. It's just the straight up creep colony coming in.
I know, it's so funny how, like, all these units have been, like, specially skinned. Oh, and one from Murloc as well.
It looks like it's like a placeholder that like Studios just hasn't had the chance to make the sprite for or something.
I know, it's funny. Yeah, it's been like that, forever. So it's almost like that's the default one, but it definitely stands out in the Minecraft mod, as part of StarCraft, right? So.
Right. That's okay. Blizzard doesn't care about StarCraft anymore. I think we're fine.
That's true. We can't get sued. We love to see it.
All right,
so this thing's about to get built from my side.
Okay, so that's not even done building yet.
No, you'll see when it pops up.
That's not what it's gonna look like when it's finished.
No, it'll be flying. It'll look a lot like that, but it'll.
Now it's a sport colony. Okay. Oh, and it does that explosion. Yeah, so.
So I can sit out front of Murloc's base like I'm doing right now. I actually lose one of the skeleton horsemen on accident. Oh, and now I'm trying to run away, trying to do some kiting.
I really like this stray slime. Seems like a solid foundation.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Comp.
It's a great fighting comp.
Yeah.
So Murloc going around, selling some stuff now, getting the blazes down. Now he's dropping an Ender Dragon, so that's his big tier 3.
Hopefully we'll be able to see the Ender Dragon this game, and you said it's kind of does a lot of AOE damage, kind of flies around.
Exactly. It shoots like a badge or a ferret shot that turns into like a big smoke AOE that does damage to everything: buildings, units, players.
Dude, the range on the is it the Elder Guardian?
Yeah, the Elder Guardian.
It's insane.
It's really crazy, isn't it?
So he's gonna build a couple more of those, bringing it up forward here. And let's see, you still need to get up to. Oh, this is your third base, so you're on a similar farm count here. And I like the idea. Yeah. This is very good. Tooth and Tail 101, by the way, if anyone's wondering, like, why did he take that third base, quote unquote, as the second? Because basically, this one is more dangerous. It's like kind of where the attack is going to be. So if Olive can mine this out faster, he can then take the safer base as the third base later on.
Exactly. Later in the game, when the fight starts to come, you don't want it to be on top of your economy base. If this base goes down with all my farms on it, I basically lose the game.
Yeah.
So I like the fight to happen when this is all followed out.
All right, we see the evoker here, and you've got some villagers up and running now, so they're going to be really good at healing your units up during the fight, as well as your buildings too, which is pretty interesting. So these Elder Guardians, with the villagers, probably going to be pretty strong. However, if you decide to sell off your villagers, you're selling off a lot of things here, and going for the wither.
I actually misclicked on selling my Elder Guardian on accident, so now I'm rebuilding 2 of them to try to be safe here.
Oh, no.
You can see the evokers now. Look at this.
Oh wow! Look at that. That is sick.
Yeah, it's awesome. And they spawn those flying guys.
Yeah, so they both spawn the flying guys and do that long range kind of flamethrower attack.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So they can poke and like send in little mice waves too. So I'm trying to chase not studios, Murloc here, but I'm like, oh, I can't even do that. Okay, I'll just let him have it.
Yeah, so he sees that scout. He sees that you got 2 of those withers on the way. And let's see. I think when these get out, okay, we see the Ender Dragon as well. Look at that thing. That is so cool. So it's just got like skunk gas underneath it as it moves around, huh?
Yep, as it moves, and then you'll see it shoots like a ferret shot that does a pretty solid amount of damage. Thankfully, I have villagers here.
Jeez, look at all that damage.
Yep.
Okay, the villagers doing their best to keep everybody healed. Here we go.
I'm trying to dive on this guy. But I don't think I can under this double shot from these Elder Guardians. Look at how much damage these things are doing to my massive tier 1.
Yeah, it's insane. That's all just from that dragon, right?
Yeah. But also, look how much healing these 7 villagers are putting out right now. Like, every single one of my tier 1s is maxed out, and there goes one of my withers. Oh no.
And what is the wither doing again?
It's kind of like shooting exploding heads that will like do an AoE attack. And if it gets a chance to ramp up, it'll also be able to ramp up as well.
Okay. So
but, it's actually having trouble getting in range at this point.
Murloc's just kind of sieging you right now with this.
There's really nothing I can do.
Looks like you're losing a ton of units here.
Yes, it does.
So he's just kind of got this artillery comp. Yeah, that is true. Your economy's a lot better. So
but I'm still losing by so much. Like, I'm just barely holding on with double the farms that Murloc has right now.
Okay, yeah, Murloc just needs to sit here and keep harassing. But then, like you said, I mean, he doesn't have any farms available anymore. Second base is starting to fallow out. The main base is long gone at this point. So, I mean, he can maybe try to take this campfire. He could take that 9 o'clock base. I think the 9 o'clock might be doable if you can kind of keep your army pinned down.
Look how far I have to retreat into my base to even just like survive. Like I'm all the way back in my backline here. And actually, if you look at my Elder Guardians right now, they are taking damage from the Endermen and they're about to die.
So the Elder Guardians don't attack up, right? Because it's not shooting the dragon.
No, it's not shooting the dragon, but the dragon's shooting it. So
yeah.
It's a bit unfortunate here.
Yeah, this is a really powerful poke comp.
No,
from
and
Murloc.
I have double, even almost triple Murloc's farms this entire game. But I'm losing so completely.
Alright, you got another Wither out here. You're waiting on your second one. If you could just
At
get
this point,
to
I'm like, what can I even do?
yeah, that
Oh,
dragon.
man.
And then all the Evokers behind it. This is a really good comp for Murloc here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to continue our pattern, and now we're tied up 3-3.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a really surprising game for me on the defense there. I was like, I don't think he has a third base. How am I losing so badly? But I just could not fight that comp at all. It was so powerful. So definitely shows you the death balls this game can, or this mod can get into the late game.
All right, ready for match number 7?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, on the left, Olive, and up top we've got Murloc, and Olive's deck.
Oh, wait, what? Sorry. I went to the wrong one.
Oh, you're good. I can, just, when you join in, let me know, and I can...
Okay, I'm joining right now.
Fast forward to about 20 seconds. You should be
20
fine.
seconds, okay.
Yep. So you've got the Stray, the Spider. I haven't seen that one. We'll come back to it. The Slime. It's Ender Dragon, right?
Yes,
I'm
I'm at
showing
20
how
seconds
old
right
I am.
now.
I know nothing about Minecraft. And then TNT. Okay, so I'm at 34, 35, 36. So what is your third unit there?
My third unit is the, oh shoot, what is that called? It's like the flying kind of like a bat or crow unit.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier.
Yes, we did.
While you look at that...
Phantom, it's the Phantom.
The Phantom, okay, the Phantom. So, we haven't seen the Phantom yet. And then Murloc's got the Zombies, the Stray, the Villager. Skip that one. Is that the Elite Illager, the 5th one?
Yes, that's the tier 3 Illager kind of thing. That's a really, really nice like owl unit. But it doesn't just spawn mice, it spawns like really nice tier 2 units, that kind of stuff.
Okay. And then the MG. But what is Murloc's 4th unit, that red looking?
Yeah,
box?
so this is the Warden. So it has kind of a fox shot on it, as well as a pretty powerful melee attack. And as soon as a fight starts, it causes this mass blindness effect to the entire enemy's team, which means for like a second they can't shoot anything.
Oh, that's sick. Okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting unit.
So got kind of a bigger map here, decent rush distance, and farms coming up on the second base. So maybe we'll see some macro. I mean, right now it's kind of run the mill. You know, you guys are both kind of building some warrens, building some farms, not really committing too hard in either direction.
Yep, and actually a very even map as well. I mean, there's pretty much one attack path in the middle, 4 mills on each side. Murloc technically has an extra one if it really goes that late, but it's unlikely the game gets to that point unless you're massing defenses, which nobody has in this game.
So the TNT is hidden, just like a mine, but you said it's a little more expensive than a mine?
Yeah, it's 30, where compared to a mine, it's just 20. So a little bit more expensive, but it has quite a big explosion, honestly, especially for single target stuff. Like, if you walk a tier 2 over that mine, it's almost dead.
Alright, Murloc getting up to 16 farms, and Olive following suit. Now that we are into this kind of mid-macro game here, let's see what the decisions are going to be for unit comps. And this seems like a really fun series to play, because I mean, it feels like you're learning as you go, right? Like, oh, maybe let's try the. I see you got the dragon this time. You know?
I know, I got wrecked by it so hard the last game. I'm like, I better put this thing in there, see how it does. Yeah, you're right though. Like, I learned in my other games that I thought, like, whatever I lost to, I'm like, okay, let me try this. I lost to Slime, I tried using it. I lost to Ender Dragon, now I'm gonna try using it. And I think that's a fun part of like playing this mod. If you've also been playing just vanilla Tooth and Tail for a long time, and you've never like stepped out of your comfort zone and tried something new, this could be a really fun experience for you. Like trying to see if you can flex around a little bit, use new units, and still learn quickly with that.
Yeah. Okay, tier 3 on the way for Murloc, and nice scout by you. You're able to see that coming. So let's decide. You decide to follow suit with your own tier 3. So you got that. It's Ender Dragon, right? Not
yes.
Elder. Okay. My brain wants to say Elder. I know Ender is like a Minecraft word, or like a Minecraft prefix, right? Isn't there several Ender things?
Yeah, it's yeah, the Ender dimension, right? There's the Ender Dragon, there's the Ender Man.
Gotcha. So that's like a zone in the game or something, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can kind of see like that different theme as well. Like a lot of these tier 1 units are kind of like the quote-unquote overworld mobs, and then some of the tier 2 units start to be like the nether mobs is another really big one. So,
Okay.
you know, that nether spawner I had that popped out that
So
big
that's when you
flooding white
start like
thing.
digging down into the world, and you're gonna start running into those kinds of units in
Yeah,
Minecraft.
pretty much. If you ever played Terraria, you know, like you dig
Yeah,
down
a little
far
bit of
enough.
Terraria, a little bit of
Sure.
Minecraft. I never. I'm a millennial, so when Minecraft came, I mean that's no excuse. I know there's plenty of older people that like Minecraft, but I know for a lot of you folks like that are younger than me, Minecraft was like a really big part of your childhood, wasn't it?
Definitely. Yeah, I played a ton of Minecraft when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So
I was
Minecraft
somewhat
didn't come out
competitive in
till
Bed
I
Wars
was
for a while.
like 16 or 17 or something. So I didn't get that experience with it, but it is the
Um,
biggest game in the world, I think, as far as sales goes. I
I
think
think you're
Minecraft
right,
is the most successful game of all time.
which is crazy.
All right.
Uh,
Well, pretty big army. What do we got here? What are these guys with the shields?
yeah, so
These
those
are
are getting
the.
spawned by the Arch Illagers. Those are
Oh,
like
okay.
its elite royal guard. So you can see there's like one Arch Illager here. All of those units got spawned by it. So my army that's now
Dang.
like having to fight stuff is all because of that random thing, which is crazy.
Oh, but those are all pretty much free units from Murloc.
Yeah.
That's why you crushed them. Okay. There's a lot of that in this mod, I'm noticing. A lot of spawned units, a lot of free. Look at those things go over there. Oh my god.
Oh man.
I don't even know how much damage that did, but it was very intimidating. I can
I
see
know, it's
why
scary,
you pull
right?
back. Yeah, it's just like, jeez. Alright, so now you've got the dragon. The turns have tabled. And,
I know, it feels pretty good now. I get to kind of poke in with the dragon unit. And it kills a farm in one shot, which is pretty crazy.
Alright,
So
we
I
see
can
that
actually just
line.
kill. I'm like tired of these things.
Whoa,
Like, come on, just
is
kill
that
these
the
guys
warden?
already.
The big red thing?
Yep,
Oh, man.
so all my guys for a second totally couldn't see anything, and now they're finally able to fight again. It was crazy when I was playing because your entire screen goes black, like you don't have any vision. It's
Yeah.
pretty interesting. And I'm just barely surviving. I do manage to take out his units, but he still has this free Arch Illager with 2 more almost here. And the Warden also paid for again, gonna get rebuilt. So I'm
Right.
slowly sieging out this Warren, but I think it's gonna get built before I have the chance to take it out. Oh no, it pops out of the other Warren, so it looks like I
okay.
will take it out, thankfully.
You gotta fight those silverfish, and again, a lot of these are the free units that the Illager is making. But you are starting to crush through. You got the slimes on the front line. You got your strays in the back, or those? No, those are strays, right?
Strays, yep.
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 And then the dragon here, dude, this dragon looks like so much fun to play with. I actually,
It's such a fun unit.
I'm really excited to try it out.
Yep. Yeah, there's so many fun like things that you just feel so powerful when you're using certain units to their full effectiveness, which is just an awesome part of this mod. And yeah, I'm just running over this point. There it goes.
All right, cool. So that puts you up 4-3.
All right, that's awesome. Oh, I accidentally opened up the replay again. Okay, here we go.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, so
Round
this brings
8.
us to game number 8. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
We've got our green olive in the north, and we've got our red murloc in the south. And all right, I think I got it this time. We've got the stray. We've got the spider. We've got the phantom.
Phantom, yes, nice.
We've got the enderman. We've got the iron golem and the silverfish spawner.
Bingo.
All right, and then your opponent has the stray, the villager, the slime, the blaze, the enderman, and good lord, I don't know what that last unit is.
That's the wildfire, which we actually have not seen
The
even picked yet.
wildfire, okay.
Yeah. So that one's a flying one. It's got some shields that fly around it. You have to break the shield before you can actually damage the unit, and the shields eventually regenerate. And it just does a ton of like boar flame kind of attack stuff. It's like a big juiced up blaze, I guess.
Yeah. And while this game gets going, again, I want to remind everybody on Twitch and YouTube that the reason we are doing this is because we are going to host a quick little Saturday, February 21st Minecraft mod tournament by Unprecedented Studios, the creator of the mod. TBD on some of the finer details, but yeah, our goal is to just have a very fast tournament, one day, so it's not a huge commitment to join. And again, I mean, we had really good viewership on the championship, and if you're watching and you're like, oh, I bought Tooth and Tail 5 or 6 years ago, played it a little bit, but you got interested in the championship, we have a really cool Discord scene. You know, a lot of good folks are part of our community, spread over a few different Tooth and Tail Discords. So it's definitely a good time to hop in and try it out and you know, participate. And again, you know, most people don't know the fine details of the Minecraft mod, so it could really be anyone's game. And right now we've got the Endermen proxy from both sides. You know, getting some damage done here.
So I actually I screwed up. I didn't realize that the Endermen do, if you look at Murloc's base, his pigs are like 1 HP. 2 pigs, I just screwed up. So I got 1 farm instead of him actually getting 2 farms. And I sold my Enderman, which he didn't do. So now he's back on my base and just wrecking me.
This might be a quick win for Murloc. So the Enderman needs 2 shots to kill the pig, basically.
It does, yes. Which is probably good.
Yeah, oh yeah,
all
for
things
sure.
Considered.
Yeah, there was one point, I don't think it's true anymore, somebody in the chat who pays more attention to stuff like that than me might know, but I think there was at one point the snake would like one-shot a pig with 1 tag of poison. And
there was a
that's
short
a little brutal.
Well. There was a short time.
Alright, so Murloc is doubling down on his Enderman here.
Yeah. Throwing 6 in the back line. And I mean, I have to rebuy my farms, and I'm in this awkward spot where I know he's just going to push me with a ton of stuff, but I can't buy units to defend because I need to buy farms. This game is pretty much wrapped up here, but we will see if I can try and maybe get rid of his stuff before he's able to take out my farms again. Oh my god, look at that. What is this?
You're holding
2
on for
Endermen
now.
for the instant hit. Yep.
Yeah, Studio's in the chat letting us know that this guy made most of the sprites. So big shout out to this guy. Again, this guy runs a Discord that has all the skins. We used to have a website for that. A lot of people would make a bunch of stuff, but this guy's doing a great job kind of keeping that history alive, keeping those things accessible. So if you're curious about Tooth and Tail skins, you can find a link to that Discord in the video description on YouTube. And Murloc is really trying to just kill you here, but you're barely hanging on. 11 HP
okay, I gotta use these strays to try and slow it down. Can I stop it before it gets to my base, please?
Oh, gotcha. Look at that little smile on the freeze frame from that Enderman. He's very happy with himself.
Oh boy, yeah. I bet he is.
Okay, well, this brings us to game number 9, 4-4, tied up.
Can you believe it? All right.
All right, let's do it.
You ready to do it?
3, 2, 1, go. All right, we've got Olive on the left, Murloc on the right, and here we go. Vocabulary test again. Olive with these zombies, the strays, the villagers, the slimes, the creeper, and the ender dragon. Against Murloc with the stray, the villager, the slime, the blaze, the creeper, and we just saw that one. That's the wildfire.
Yes, the wildfire.
Hey,
Let's go.
Dude, I got 100% on my quiz.
You passed. Now, everyone in the chat, okay, there will be a poll going out. We're going to need you to name every single Minecraft mod unit. Obviously, that's going to result in a ban if you're unable to do that.
I was going to say, if you can't do it, you're getting banned from the channel.
Yeah, it's a really high stakes thing here, guys. So,
All right. Well, we see creepers in common. Also, the strays and the villager and the slime. Actually, very similar unit comps here. So you've got the zombie and the slime, which both kind of fill the same role. Why did you? Do you remember what the decision-making process was there?
Yeah. So at this point in the match, it was game 9. 4-4. I'm like, okay, I should probably try to win right now. I want to just try to use, like, instead of just messing around trying new units, like the best comp I think that I've found so far, and I think this is the best thing I had found playing these 9 games. I think the zombies are just such an essential part of any early game. Like, if I get pushed or if there's a double, like, you just really need the zombies, and you feel so, like, naked without them.
Okay.
But then, like, when a tier 2 match comes out, if there's ever, like, a tier 2 centered fight, I feel like the slimes are just such a dominant factor in soaking up all the tier 1 shots that I just had to bring him. Yeah. And I felt like those roles, like, they would overlap for sure, but I felt like the zombies were definitely essential.
Yeah, to your point.
And then I brought the Ender Dragon.
Yeah, to your point, you guys have had several aggressive games. You guys haven't just macroed the whole time. So zombies just there to make sure you don't die in the early game. Once you saw that mill, you felt pretty comfortable throwing down the slimes. Continuing to scout here, you see the opponent's tier 2, so you know you're going into a nice and neat macro game here. A cool map for the ending. You both kind of have your little kingdom with some bridges and water in between. Murloc does get that perfect castle, as I like to call it, the 4 gristmills in that diamond position. Can't really ask for better than that, but you've got 3, so 3's most of the time good enough. It's very rare that a 4th base happens in a game of Tooth and Tail.
And these bases, like you said, are basically castles. They're so defendable. There's only one attack path, unless you're going to go throughout the entire water around the edge. Actually, I don't think you even can. Or maybe there's 2 tiles where you can do it or something.
I mean, you'd see it on your bridge, right? So.
Yes, the bridge, left or right, that's okay. But pretty much this middle area is the only place where you're getting any value. And Murloc coming in here for a bit of a blaze snipe. He's gonna try to get some damage here, and I kind of see it, but it doesn't actually have enough. And now I'm hoping, oh, maybe my strays can get a slowing tag on it to get it to stop. But no, unfortunately, not able to pick that one off. So we're just macroing up here, like you said, both getting up. Murloc looking for a little bit of damage here. He's got his own slimes on the way.
Okay, Blaze is coming back in. Just trying to poke and prod, doesn't want to overcommit. He is, like you said, he's careful because the strays will slow down those units if they manage to hit them, and you really don't want to be losing tier 2 for nothing. That's a great way to lose a game with Tooth and Tail. So Murloc's able to see that you went right up to 16 farms, and he's probably itching to follow suit here shortly. Creepers coming down for both sides. And yeah, let's see how this plays out. Murloc does need to get to 16 farms, though. He knows he's behind on farms, and you can't really screw around with falling behind on economy unless his plan is, let's go end the game right now and punish you for being greedy.
Yeah, it feels like at this point in the game he has a slight army value lead on me, but he's not really punishing me for this level of greed. I'm at 16 farms. I'm not even sure if he knows I'm at 16 farms. He might still think I'm at 12 or 14.
Yeah.
Oh, so he knows. So
yeah.
So
and
maybe
I think that's what's triggering this
here.
attack. Yeah, exactly. So instead of following suit on the economy, he's going to say, you know what, I've got a little bit more money in my army right now. Let me see if I can come in and punish you. And here's a big engagement.
Oh, creepers go off. All the slimes immediately kind of melted. Another creeper coming in here for me. If I can get a good tag here on this creeper, this might be it. Oh my goodness, those creepers are so destructive. It's crazy. And I am just barely able to clean up Murloc's attack there.
Yeah, a lot of tier 1 at the very end. Tier 1, it can be very, very crucial. It's easy to forget that, build times have a very large portion of kind of getting that wave 2 out. So since you have so many tier 1 Warrens, you're on the home field advantage. You're able to quickly reinforce some more strays, which was able to push Murloc back. And now you're in really good shape. I mean, I think you won in that engagement as far as just trading pound for pound. You got your 16 farms up a little bit sooner. Murloc does go home and build his own 16 farms and decides to throw down his tier 3 in that wildfire unit. Be cool to be able to see that, but I don't know if we will, because here you come with a big push.
Look
and
at
some
the army
creepers. Creepers ready to explode.
I'm right onto his army. Boom! Those things are so destructive. Immediately the mill goes down. Can I clean up the army though? He's got a ton of slimes still left over and some blazes.
Yeah,
yes, it looks like I got it.
Regardless of if you win the battle, you've won the war, because even in Minecraft mod, the classic Tooth and Tail, you take down the natural. That's pretty much it. So.
That's right. And there you go. That's game 5-4. What a fun game. That was such a fun series.
Yes. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. I get to be congratulated twice when I won a couple weeks ago, and now I get to win again. This is awesome.
Okay, so how you feeling? You ready to just hop right into this next one, or do you need a little break?
Sure, let's do it. I have to go at some point, probably in the next 30 minutes. So let's try to cast as many as you can in that time.
All right, yeah, let's run through these real quick. We've got Chase versus Studios. Again, Studios developer of the mod, so Chase has got his work cut out for him.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
ready?
Chase is an excellent player, but of course, like you said, Studios the creator, so he knows all the little tips and tricks here.
Yep, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go.
All right, on the left is Studios, and on the right-hand side, we've got Chase, and let's do my tests again. We've got Strays, Spiders, Blaze, Enderman, Witch, Warden?
Yes, nice.
All right, and
This is
then
great, Altheus. A memory
Chase has
champion.
Pillager, Snow Golem, Villager, Blaze, Wither, and then
Yes, nice.
God, I just said it. Witch.
Yes. Hey, 10 for 10. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Or 12 for 12, I guess. So we actually haven't even seen the snow golems yet, so I'm excited to see how that goes in this game. I guess neither Murloc or I decided to use them, but just kind of a reminder, those are kind of like they shoot really fast, really low damage, tier 1 units that do extra crit damage against air units. And fire units too, like the blades from the studios here.
Alright, let's see how this game is going to progress. Pretty decent map, you know. I would consider this probably a large map. And Studios did spawn on the low ground, which nobody ever likes, but does have some nice mills right there, and has a pretty good looking base overall once the game starts developing. Meanwhile, Chase has a nice easy second base. Third base, that is a little bit sus. It's like that's definitely going to be the line of scrimmage if he takes it, but he does have that 12 o'clock option. A little bit of a ninja, but not quite. I think he can get his units over there pretty quick, especially because there's some road there, and the cliffs are kind of in his favor. You know, this would be a lot harder for him to take that 12 o'clock if this cliff, you know, if that was all cliff, you know, going in that direction. Right. But Studios moving out here.
He does have the option. Yeah, the Enderman coming over from Studios against just two snow golems. I don't think these are going to do much. Oh, actually, just kidding. Okay, so for pretty even trade there. One farm for one Enderman, both 60 food.
Yeah.
And hey,
still favors Studio though, because Chase has to rebuild that farm, so there's going to be some lost income as that happens.
That's true. Which he actually is not choosing to do. He's choosing to replace them on the new mill, of course. You know, get more value out of the farms he's buying.
Yep, might as well just get a fresh, clean farm if you have that option. The campfire even creates the silverfish. That's interesting. So now Studios kind of has these like free units out on the map when Chase decides to come in for an engagement. And
yep,
Chase,
the neutral silverfish.
Chase just building more of those pillagers. So you know, I saw you build pillagers the first map or two, and then you kind of locked in on the strays. Do you prefer the stray over the pillager, or was that just more of a comp thing, or?
I think I ended up preferring it for pretty much one main reason, which was like the scouting denial of slowing down the commander. I think it was so nice. You can pick off a unit sometimes. Oh, also, you'll notice the snow golems die in water, by the way. They get poisoned if they walk in water. Yeah.
That's cool.
Kind of funny. But yeah, I ended up just not enjoying how they went in straight up fights more, because they have such a long reload time. Oftentimes they'll get one or two shots off, and then if they get picked off, they're not really doing the DPS that they may have. So I ended up just preferring how the strays felt. Although I do think there's still a lot of potential in these pillagers. They have such a nice poking comp, and I think that's what Chase wants to use them for here. He doesn't really want to take straight up fights. He wants to use like these moving, shooting snow golems, and he wants to use these like really long range, high damage pillagers here to poke at this mill. I mean, watch how much damage he's gonna do. Oh, yeah, 800 damage already, or not 800. He almost got the mill just off that.
Yeah, and Studios has opted for a lot more tier 2, so all the tier 1 from Chase kind of outnumbers him at the moment. But Studios is able to hold on, keep that mill alive. That was very close. If Chase would have got that mill, that would probably have been game over.
Yeah, that would have been really bad news. So Chase didn't quite get what he wanted done. He actually did get his army pretty much wiped. Pretty big army loss, and he didn't actually end up getting the mill like you said, Delphius. So I would say definitely a lead here at this point in the game for Studios.
Alright, and as we're progressing, Chase is banking a lot of money, and there goes, he's putting down that witch, which is kind of like the wolf, right? Give that buff out.
Exactly, yep.
Okay.
Which we didn't get to see. I think it also spawns bats, if I remember correctly, or something like that. Everything spawns other mobs in this game, so... yeah, it spawns bats, which is like a healing unit, I think.
Very big common theme on the Minecraft mod is a lot of spawning units here. Is that valid to Minecraft itself, or is there like do units spawn other units a lot, or?
That's true. I mean, all these units, they come from Minecraft, right? Like the witch does spawn bats. The evoker does spawn all these like little Vex guys. So it's definitely I think it's true to the real game. It's just it's obviously there's more mobs in Minecraft that weren't included. So definitely an interesting choice to include so many of the spawning units. Even like these tier 3 building spawning units as well. It's definitely a cool thing that's not part of regular Tooth and Tail. Ooh, yeah, I'm looking forward to this Warden coming out.
Yeah, we see double tier 3 from Studios here, getting the Warden and the Witch. And what's interesting is like in my mind, I've never really thought about the combat aspect of Minecraft. I always thought Minecraft was like, building cool stuff or like crafting, stuff like that sort of thing. But a lot of bad guys in the game apparently.
That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of different types of bad guys, like you said. Um, kind of fun to like. It's almost like when you're talking to your buddies over a pint, you're like, oh, Superman would beat this guy X, Y, and Z. Now you get to battle all your favorite Minecraft units together in Tooth
Right.
and Tail. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
It's the classic. Isn't there some internet meme that's like what's the main character of Minecraft? Your character name. Steve. Yeah, isn't Steve like the strongest character of all time? Because if you like calculate him like holding like super dense metals and like stacks of 99 or whatever.
Yeah, he's holding like 64 iron blocks. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's funny. All right, so this double tier 3 is going to come out from Studios. He has a really interesting, pretty dense unit selection here of those flying blazes combined with the Enderman here. Pretty intimidating army, if I do say so myself. A lot of massive units from Studios side here. And remember that Warden has such a fun ability because it does both a long-range shot and it does a melee attack. So a really great all-rounder unit is that Warden.
Yeah, we saw the Warden in a previous game, but it kind of just came out and died because it was against your super crazy army with your dragon. But oh no, Chase is losing his commander right out the gate.
Got sniped by the Warden, I'm pretty sure. And look at this. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It can snipe it around. Oh, almost dies. Does save it though. And now it's just picking off blazes for free. God, this thing does so much damage. And with the fox or with the witch buff as well. Oh, so now Studio's dragging it into the water. And remember that it's much in this mod.
Yeah, water heals twice as fast. And it seems like the tier 3 in this mod are like just kind of bigger and stronger than what you'd expect tier 3 in Tooth and Tail, right? Like the Badger is a strong unit. The Boar is a strong unit, but they're not as strong as like the Warden, you know?
No, the Warden is crazy. It's such a cool unit. But yeah, I do think that everything is like super buffed in this mod, especially the tier 3 though. They have such unique play styles and things you can do with them, which is definitely a part that makes this mod super fun for me. I love how much this witch is like buffing this stuff. I don't know if the buff is like more than vanilla, but I feel like the Warden was moving super fast when it was buffed.
Yeah. Okay, some spiders joining the fray. Big armies for both sides. Chase looks like he's still got a chance here. I mean, Studio's economy is much better, but Chase's army is looking kind of comparable.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how the Warden pairs up against the Wither here, but
I will say the Warden, its main attack is a melee attack, besides that kind of fox shot, and most of Chase's army here is flying. The main tier 3 of that, what's that called, Wither, and then the Blazes. At the same time, though, the Blazes and those Withers are low enough health where those kind of like foxy shots from the Warden could do a lot of damage. So now you're kind of getting to see that Wither a little bit more. It shoots like exploding heads, I guess.
Yeah, and it's so foreign to me because I'm not intimately familiar with all the units like I am in vanilla Tooth and Tail. So like, I mean, looking at these two death balls, I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards Studios, but I don't have a good reason for that. I mean, I have no idea how this is gonna play out. And here we go, Studios is engaging.
Oh, the Endermen really don't have much to do here. There's not a lot of ground units on Chase's side, which is why I'm a little bit scared. But the longer the Chase waits, the more shots this Warden's gonna get off. Mass blindness onto Chase's side, and even, oh my goodness, this thing is absolutely decimating Chase's army. The Warden is crazy. What the heck?
Yeah, the Warden looks like he's able to speed everything up. Yeah, it's crazy with that buff on it. Absolutely insane.
Yeah,
all right,
wow.
Studio is gonna take our first game here.
Well played to both sides. That's awesome. I think Studios developed a pretty steady lead there. Just like he kept playing, and he just fight after fight, he kept developing that lead over Chase. So I felt that was a pretty inevitable end to that fight.
All right, ready for game number 2 here?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go.
All
right, Studios in the bottom and Chase in the top right. We've got Zombie, Stray, Villager, Slime, Blaze, and Golem out of Studios. Meanwhile, we've got the Stray, the Villager, the Slime, the Blaze, the Drowner, and the Wither out of Chase.
Okay.
I'm excited to see the Drowner. We haven't got to see it very much.
Yeah, we've only seen it once, and it didn't get to see that fun water buff it has. I guess this is not either a great map for that water buff, but I hope we get to see it used at all. It's still a great tier 2 unit comparable to a ferret, with I think even longer range than a ferret. So definitely a fun unit, although I could be wrong on that. Yeah, I like the map as well for Studios here. He's got a second and a third that can kind of push him out into that map more, where it feels like Chase doesn't really have an option here to actually grab a second mill. It feels like he's a bit trapped on this one base. He definitely could, but it's going to be harder for him.
Yeah, Chase has got some options to the west, and I mean, Murloc's expansions are a little bit sus, or not Murloc, Studios expansions are a little bit sus too, because, you know, I feel like if Studios expands, that's going to become the line of action there, the line of scrimmage, for lack of a better term.
Definitely true.
So we'll see. Maybe this will be a quick, aggressive game here.
Yeah, okay, so Studio's waiting to scout around, now finally sees a first tier 2 dropped. Gonna go home, do the same. Goes for the Blaze first. So almost identical matchups here. I mean, a lot of the same like tier 2 core is here, both using Stray, both using a Villager. The real flex spot coming with the tier 3 picks. We see an Iron Golem, which is kind of that melee tier 3 unit, heals on attack, versus that Wither that we saw from Chase last game, which he seems to enjoy that Wither. I think it did get some good value, just wasn't enough at that point in the game, but I'm definitely excited to see these armies clash.
Yeah, the Slime versus the Blaze is kind of like a Cam versus Falcon situation, where it's like, yeah, the Slime can't shoot up, so you'd think intuitively that the Blaze would win that. However, if the Slime just kind of gets in there, demolishes all the strays, and then leaves the strays alive for the Slime player, then those can attack up and kill the Blaze. So we'd have to see how that engagement goes. It's not cut and dry, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, we still are, to your point, it is a little bit of a goofy map. Neither player is really opted to expand just yet, so maybe we will see a big one base play. So far, just a lot of tier 1 and a little bit of tier 2 to back it up. Studio's doing his due diligence, just making sure none of these mills have been taken quite yet.
Yep, he's just looking around, and it looks like both players are happy to sit here on one base and just kind of enjoy the view, you know, kind of build up their armies. Chase is kind of moving into that Blaze now. I imagine Studios will probably move into Slime. Yep, go ahead and drops it. So yeah, pretty much almost a mirror match at this point, except for Studios now dropping actually a second Blaze. So, and then Chase going for that Drowner. So we're gonna get to see it in this match. Very exciting. I'm not sure it's a great map for it unless Studios expands. If he does expand, though, I could definitely see some Drowner value happening from that high ground.
Look at that little creek outside of Studios base, though. Do you think that's enough to abuse with the Drowner, with the vision from the Blaze?
Oh man. If you can get that close and use those things in that one tile, that would be pretty disgusting. But I feel like if you're already that close to the base, you're probably not even poking at that point. You're just engaging.
Yeah.
I hope he gets to use it, though. That'd be sweet.
Okay. So just kind of rounding out big tier 1, tier 2 armies. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a quick one here, as we're going to get together what we feel like is a decent one-base army, and then we're going to push out and try to win. But maybe not. I mean, you never know. We are in a little bit of an arms race, no economy, but once that 4-minute mark hits and players start to sweat as their bacon is starting to disappear, they might consider throwing down a mill, so we'll see.
Yep. As you said, yeah, we're getting pretty close to the time when it is starts. Yep. So just like you said, Chase now getting a second mill. At that point in the game where he's actually definitely able to defend it, I imagine Studios will get the same, probably that one to his east. Or he's going to try to attack on this. So you kind of see those drowned now, just like a ferret.
Yeah, Studios has to make a decision here, for sure, after seeing that mill. He's either going to decide to take his own mill, or he's got to push. There's no way he can continue just building tier 1 and tier 2.
Exactly, and it does feel like he has a nice tech advantage here. Like he's soon going to have double the Slime and Blaze numbers that Chase does. And in a straight up fight, those drowned are not going to add that much to the actual fighting composition. Chase with a really, really large quantity of strays, by the way. Kind of interesting to note. Much higher than Studios at this point. Kind of going to be maybe weak against the Blazes, though. Studios working around the west side, trying to find an angle here. Poking with the Blazes. Kind of awkward, actually, and then losing a Blaze there. Here comes the fight.
Yeah,
and Chase has a great position on this high ground here.
Yeah, Chase looks like he's holding strong. The Drowned and the Villagers.
But wait, oh my goodness,
the
slimes are crazy. What the heck, and the mill goes down. I think Studios will get pushed back here. Finally, the slimes have died. And yeah, it looks like Chase might clean this up. The slowed from these strays are so good on the Chase. Like if you get one tag on some of these units, they start to slow down a little bit. And Chase on the front door with these ferrets. Now he might actually get a chance to use that water buff. Let's see. Yeah, losing one there.
Yeah, Studio's trying to defend against the backswing here. And yeah, Studios did kill that second base, but keep in mind Chase only had like one farm on it, so it's not the end of the world like sometimes it is when that second base goes down. And now we're fighting in the mud. I always like this in Tooth and Tail when we get into really low econ situations, and you know, it really makes you. It always favors the person who has a little bit more knowledge, you know, on units and unit comps, and I'm thinking that has to be Studios. I mean, he's the one who built the damn game. You know, because like every unit is just so important when your economies are going down, and we are going to starve out here soon. So Studios is going to go ahead and take this campfire. Great option to keep them in the game and get some money for relatively cheap.
Yep. And of course, these do repay themselves as soon as you build them. So just by buying it, it's already paying itself off.
So you gotta be careful when you buy a campfire on this patch, because like, what if you just immediately click it like you would in regular Tooth and Tail, and then those silverfish kill it, right? Just like, oh, that almost happened to Chase. I almost called it. Yeah.
Oh man. So we're kind of in this point where they both rebuilt their armies after that last big clash. But it's low econ, right? They're both on a single campfire right now. Any fight, any loss here that's not necessary is the nail in the coffin for either player here. And Chase choosing to keep the drowned here. I don't know about this decision. It could be... Oh, yeah, he's got to be really careful. Oh, he does actually get a pick there.
It is high risk, high reward. I mean, those things can, poke from a distance and get free value, but they're not going to be as valuable in the main engagement here.
I felt like Chase had a better start to this fight, but these slimes are absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and City is just absolutely walking through. Wow, that's crazy.
Cool. All right, that was game number 2.
All right, sweet.
Let's keep
Studio's
rolling.
taking us a little lead right now. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, match number 3. You ready?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go. All right. We got Studios up top and Chase in the bottom left, and Studios is rocking the Spider, the Pillager, the Blaze, Enderman, the Evoker, and the Ender Dragon.
Yeah, you're right.
And
wow,
then,
Chase has a really interesting comp here.
Yeah, Chase is, on the other hand, with the Spider, the Snowman, the Blaze, the Evoker, the Iron Golem, and then the MG. I forgot the...
Yeah, the MG. I don't know what's called either, but yeah. It might just be called like MC mod MG. It's something like that.
You like Chase's comp?
It's definitely interesting, especially the tier 1 picks here. Obviously the spiders are only melee, and the snow golems are not really like high damage tier 1, right? Like I don't think we've seen a game yet where someone has not either picked strays or pillagers. So Chase kind of choosing to kind of leave behind what you consider maybe a squirrel or a lizard. Obviously the spiders are kind of like a lizard, but still they don't attack air. So definitely a choice to still bring 2 tier 1, but not bring either a stray or a pillager. I'm so curious to see how it works out for him.
So is the Evoker a tier 3 unit or tier 2?
It's a tier 2.
Tier 2.
Yeah, it does. The art makes it look like a tier 3 though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, I remember that one now. That was the one with that big like flamethrower, and then it spawns a couple units with it too, right?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, definitely a fun unit to play around with. So Studios again, he's including these Endermen as part of his main comp.
Yeah, Enderman seems fun. I mean, you get 2 of them together, you can go raise havoc, right? I mean,
that's right.
They're pretty fast. 2 of them will one-shot a pig. So they seem like a really great include, but they do also feel like that is their role. Like I don't think the Endermen do as good in like a straight up composition.
Yes, I totally agree. They have solid health, but nothing like super special. But look at this, he's able to get in and tag it. Yep. Yeah. And Chase can do absolutely nothing about this. Look how fast this thing is on road. Like you cannot stop this.
Absolutely.
Oh, unless it's
okay. So Studio's a little bit of a blunder there. Loses one Enderman. You're gonna lose another one. The Endermen are tier 1. They're only 20.
They're tier 2. No, they're 120 to place down.
Okay. Gotcha.
I know, it looks like the Mole Warren, right? But
Yeah. I was gonna say, that is like insane for a tier 1 unit.
yeah. No,
Well, I
they
guess
are
to your
tier
point
2.
about the theme, right? Like it's all the overworld for the tier 1. So the Enderman that's in the ground, kind of. Here we go.
Oh,
He
he's
just
going for
rushes
the
that
mill.
mill.
But there was no farms on it, Delphius. Like, it didn't feel like that was worth it to me, sacrificing 2 Endermen for that. And now Chase on the swing back here has a really great opportunity to make some huge damage happen.
Yeah, well, these spiders just gonna get on top of the Warrens here, and I think this might be a point on the board for Chase. Let's see if Studios can manage to pull back and defend. So far, he actually is. You know, he does lose a farm though. He lost a lot of Warrens. Yeah, it took a lot of damage there, but not out of the game.
He lost 2 tier 1s and a tier 2 Warren plus a farm. Definitely not over, but yeah, big hit against Studios there. And Chase does not have a second mill, though. Very important. Studios did take that out, so it actually is going to allow Studios to kind of maybe get an eco lead here if he chooses to do so. I would like to see him buy another farm, though, although he's under pressure now. Wow, Chase with the upfront mill here. Threading these spiders. Yep.
See if he decides to go for it. Studio's just really relying on these Blaze. You know, the Blaze seems like a pretty core kind of tier 2, maybe like a skunk almost. Like, does some good AoE damage. Easy to micro, kind of high value unit. Oh, here we go. The dispensers is what they're called.
Yeah.
And they're up here on the front line now.
He's gonna force the fight to happen on his terms with these dispensers being placed down, and now they are here. But he didn't even need them. He just runs through the whole army.
Yeah, Studios taps out there. So point on the board for Chase.
GG's. That's awesome. I mean, the Endermen are awesome units, I will say. I think Studios definitely like lost one of them kind of for free when he tried to take a fight when he probably could have just ran away. Definitely an interesting unit though.
All right, ready for match 4?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, we've got Studios on the left, Chase on the right, and Studios is packing the Stray, Spider, Blaze, Evoker, Ender Dragon, and Silverfish Spawner. Meanwhile, Chase has the Zombie, Stray, Villager, Slime, Evoker, and Wither. So what do you think about these compositions?
It feels like Chase is already dialed in on something he likes. This is a really solid comp. This is almost pretty much what I played in the game 9 of my last one, except for he's bringing that Evoker and that Wither. But I feel like the comp of Zombie, Stray, Villager, and Slime is such a really nice one and such a core comp that just functions such very, very well in any engagement. Studios, on the other hand, he's kind of bringing like a squirrel and a lizard here in many ways with the spider and the stray. And also rounding out for the really solid tier 2 comp, Evoker and Blaze, great tier 2 units. And then the Ender Dragon, my favorite tier 3, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, such a fun unit to play.
So does the Blaze, does that only affect ground units, do you know?
It's definitely, I think it shoots at air and ground units.
Okay.
So I think it hits both, pretty sure.
All right, well, some 8 farm Warrens from both sides here. This map seems like it can be played in a variety of ways. Studios looks a little bit awkward on the spawn, but there is this back base I think they could take just fine. I would be a little bit more worried about their more front bases, because again, I think that's where the point of contention is going to happen. Chase goes ahead and takes his own back base. So Studios needs to
fast expand.
Scout this out, and yeah, exactly. See the fast expand. So far, it just sees an 8 farm double with some strays. But yeah, you do have so much HP in this mod. It's a little bit easier to scout in the early game. So does see that mill. Let's see how Studios wants to respond. Maybe is going to go ahead and take this 7 o'clock base. And I think that's fine, actually. I mean, that should be pretty reasonable. It's still fairly far away from Chase's main.
Yeah, I mean, the north one, has he even seen it, by the way? It's kind of hidden. I don't think he's even scouted it yet. Yeah, so
you're right, he hasn't.
He doesn't even know it's there. If he did get it, I mean, there's always like that thing in the back of your mind. Oh, am I getting like attacked by spiders? Like, is someone gonna go sneak behind me and get that? I think this is definitely a fair take. But he definitely, we wanna see him find that north mill before he takes this kind of like eastern mill. This one would be tough to defend, I think.
Yeah, good points. Okay. Let's see how the game's going to progress. Both players throwing down a couple farms, building up a lot of tier 1. And Chase looks like he's ready to go. He's got this solid early game comp with the zombies and strays. Let's see how that spider stray is able to deal with this.
Studio's not paying attention, and he's not around to micro his units. And look, these zombies tanking up everything and able just to take out pretty much everything that Studios owns. And this is going to be enough to take out all the pigs in this mill for sure.
Yeah, I think
Zombies do crit damage against Warrens as well. So now they're like moles on top of this base here. Gonna get another Warren, but will be pushed back here. So getting quite a bit of damage though.
Yeah, and the question is it too much damage? Probably. Studios is gonna hang on though. So let's see. I think Chase just needs to come home, re-rally, throw down a few more Warrens, and just keep the pressure on. You know, so much damage was dealt. Why give Studios an opportunity to maybe crawl back into this game somehow? And Studios is building that silverfish spawner to make it a little bit more difficult to bust the main base. Chase with his due diligence, both players getting some good scouts in, but I think Chase just goes for it here. I don't know, maybe he disagrees. He's gonna do the classic win ahead, get more ahead, and just go up to 16 farms.
Yeah, that's fair. It feels bad though, because he can definitely do this. He can go throw down 16 farms and still push Studios here, and Studios has to do everything. He has to defend positively and have enough money left over to rebuild his army and throw down 16 farms. At some point, it just becomes too much.
Yeah, Chase thinking about
defend, though.
Well, pushing in, but decides to go back home for now, build some more Warrens. I think Chase could have just pushed, but just posturing right now, and that's making Studios invest in some of this static defense, you know, which is going to help, you know, whole, but ultimately it's not farms, it's not units that have legs and can move around.
Well, these are the spawner units, right? So these will, when enemies get close, they're going to spawn this silverfish in and kind of help support Studios' armies. If you look at the army graph, he's way ahead right now. At least on the board, he just sold off some units, so that goes back down. But Chase, again, he's been on 16 farms so much longer than Studios has. The income graph is a huge difference, and now he's getting a couple tier 3. 3 tier 3 placed down. Or, sorry, those are tier 2. But he is dropping the Wither, and it feels like his lead is just growing.
Yeah, I think that generally structures kind of get really represented on that army value graph, more so than they probably should. So Studios looking pretty ahead there because of those structures, but yeah, Chase again, like posturing with those units. I kind of like that. Like you're scaring Studios at least, right? Like, oh, am I attacking? Am I not attacking? Do you need your silverfish spawners? Can you sell them?
Yep. Yeah, and it feels like a ton of these are just unnecessary spawners that are, you know, not actually spawning units right now. They're waiting for enemies to come in range so they can start. Like you said, yeah, static defense is not really going to pay off. So a couple tier 2 getting dropped finally. Enderman dropped finally, but so much far behind this Wither that's going to be on the board in 30 seconds from Chase.
Yeah, and I think Chase probably just waits for this Wither and moves out and maybe runs over Studios, but you never know. Like I don't know. You know, these unit comps in this mod, I don't have a exact take on. So maybe Studios is putting together a solid defensive, you know, comp here, and it can hang on a little longer until that Ender Dragon gets out. And that Ender Dragon, man, is shown to be very, very powerful every time we see it.
100%, especially against these massive tier 1 comps that Chase has. If that dragon does somehow imagine to get the board, it's going to absolutely eat these tier 1 alive. But I don't think I don't think Chase is really letting that happen, at least not right now. He's not moving out immediately, though. I think if this Ender Dragon gets down, Studios has a really good shot to come back in this game.
Yeah, the unit's just very, very powerful. And again, Chase kind of did what I was hoping, I was saying he shouldn't do earlier on, right? Like after that attack, you know, this is why it's really, really important in Tooth and Tail to understand, like, when you have those leads and when you can end the game, because, I mean, he's sat around for so long that Studios is pretty much stabilized at this point. And once that Ender Dragon comes back out, you know, or comes out rather, you know, it could be anyone's game. So, but at the same time, I am kind of glad Chase didn't just end it, because now we're getting to see the units a little bit more, and that's kind of what it's all about here. This is a friendly exhibition match. We're just trying to take a look at the Minecraft mod units and get our heads wrapped around them before the tournament next month.
Yep. And look at this Ender Dragon, absolutely doing so much damage already. And so, okay, so Chase has chosen instead to kind of back up and get a third mill here, so he is getting another farm lead. That's definitely a good decision. But it does feel like he has a couple points in this game where he could have just right-clicked in and won the game.
Yeah.
So will that matter in the end of it? Maybe the lead he's been accumulating is still just going to be enough to win him the game, or maybe he's actually giving Studios a shot here to come back. I guess we'll have to see. He's just kind of sitting back right now, putting down a ton of tier 2 warrens, and still just waiting.
Neither player scouted that 10 o'clock either.
Yeah, it's an unknown factor that Studios really, he would like to know about that right now, because it's a much better base than the bill he's on.
Right, and it also would give him the information that, you know, he's got 4 mills compared to Chase's 3, so eventually you can win this starvation game. But yeah, now we're kind of in this point of the game where like both players have a bit of a death ball army, and both of them are probably unsure if theirs is better or not than the enemy's. So they're both being hesitant to attack. And yeah, we see Chase here really farming up that 3rd base.
Yeah, he's definitely chopping a lot of farms now. Studio's trying to match him, but it feels like Chase's expansion is safer, right? It's not really under risk of attack from most units, but it feels like if the fight takes place, it'll take place on top of Studio's base. Studios needs to be in his base right now, by the way. Yeah, if he keeps sitting around not doing anything. Oh, he finds the mill.
Yeah,
that's huge.
He found the 4th base. So Chase coming in.
Oh, look at this dragon do so much work. And here is the fight starting. Here comes the Evokers, absolutely melting the tier 1 of Chase. They're all gone. There's still some strays in the back line. Is this enough? That way they're getting healed. And the dragon getting lots of gas onto the enemy. And this dragon is so good.
Yeah, the dragon plus the evokers. I mean, it's just so much AoE damage, plus all those little free units from the evokers that tank a little bit.
This fight is crazy.
Yeah, this fight's been going on for a long time. The Wither's staying alive from all the villagers here.
It just can't die. And Studios, you know, not with no access to any healing right now. He's trying to push Chase back, and I think he's going to be able to. I really would like to see him focus the back line instead of just targeting Chase's Wither here. And now he's going to take out most of Chase's tier 2. Wow,
I really feel
what
like
a
those
fight.
evokers did so much work.
Totally. They were just generating all like the tier 1 trash units for the fight. They do it so fast, and they're also wiping out the tier 1 of Chase at the same time.
Yeah.
So, you know, in prior games we've seen these slimes look so dominant, but in that fight they were not shining at all. And wow, look at this.
Yeah, I feel like slimes are like king of the early mid-game, right? But now that you've gotten to the point where you've just got so much AoE damage and so much you know, HP to rip through, the slimes probably aren't as relevant in this like hyper late game.
These evokers are crazy. And then combined with this Ender Dragon, you can also retreat and you lay down gas behind you that decimates the tier 1 of Chase.
Yeah, Chase trying to micro this Wither like a badger here and get as much value as he can, but you know, generally we've been seeing the Ender Dragon do a little bit better than the Wither in some of these engagements, but it could just be the positioning and what's going on there, but you know,
so now Studios has some time. Sorry, go for it.
No, you're good. Yeah, just saying, like, the AoE just seems to matter so much in these like late game comps, you know.
Oh yeah, we were talking about earlier, right? There's all these spawning units, and so having AoE against these spawning units is so helpful, which is why these evokers are just disgusting. They spawn themselves, and they take out all the little trash units of the opponent's army. So, I think
a little sneaky spider move here from Studios, chipping away at some of those warrens in the main base, but they're gonna get cleaned up here, and Studios is gonna go ahead.
Oh, but look at this! He's dividing his army, and he actually divides Chase's army in half, and he's able to take out his entire back line and pinch away this Wither from the rest of his army. This Wither's disgusting. Look at this thing. It can't even be attacked. It's just running away and destroying all the units chasing it. That's so funny.
Chase is trying to esports here with this last Wither and hoping that it can do enough damage to win the game. It's very similar to a Badger. It needs that rev up time, and then once it gets going, it's going to deal a ton of damage. Ooh, can he get this
so funny.
mill?
He is esportsing. This is crazy. And now it's getting healed up. He's going to get the mill.
6-2 HP, 1 HP. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, it does finally go down.
Wow.
And it's still not dead. No way.
Wait, yeah, the villager healing can last for a long time too. He's getting healed from quite far away. Now we're getting into a little bit of a base race scenario here.
Wait a minute. It feels
will this
like
one
Chase
Wither
is
win?
up here. Wait, this is crazy. I will say, Studios has a ton of random bases across the map. Like he has this fire down south.
That campfire in the south, I think, is gonna win the game for Studios. Yeah.
Yep. So Chase going for that Hail Mary. He really wants this last mill here, but little does he know there is one more south, and it looks like, against all odds, by the way, Studios is going to take this game.
Yeah, absolutely crazy one, and probably a good one to call it on. I know you said you're running out of time, and I am as well.
Yep.
So I don't think we'll be able to get to the entire series, but if you're interested in the series, we can post it in the Minecraft mod channel so you can finish taking a look at it yourself. So some great games there. GG. A lot of fun. I learned a lot today, and I'm very excited for this upcoming tournament. And again, last little plugs here for what's going on in the community. So Saturday, February 21st is the next event that we're doing. It's going to be a one-day Minecraft mod tournament organized and hosted by Studios. If you check the video description, you'll see the Discord to join to sign up for that. We've also got a 2v2 tournament that this guy wants to organize. It might be maybe mid-March is what we're kind of throwing around for now, but those are always really fun, and again, that'd be a pretty quick one. And then finally, the big kit and caboodle is late March. We are going to spin up TNT Championship 2026. Some other just general news about the game. We did just get a giant balance patch. So ladder is up and running. It's a lot more active. It's got everything that the championship mod that we played on had, except for those raccoons. But I think Pocketwatch is trying to figure out how to get the raccoons in. So maybe we'll see those in the future. And yeah, and again, if you're watching this on YouTube or, haven't booted up the game in a long time, like, don't be shy. Like, join the Discords, participate in these events. These events are so much fun. And what I like about the Minecraft mod tournament and the 2v2 tournament is they're both really fast, so it's not a really long time commitment. And also, like, the Minecraft mod puts a lot of people on an even playing field. I mean, obviously, strong fundamentals in RTS and Tooth and Tail are going to help you. But most people that are playing in that tournament probably, like us, that are kind of learning about the units and don't know exactly what's going on. And if you've watched the VOD, now you've got a leg up. You know how strong that Ender Dragon is or those slimes, right? So, yeah.
Definitely.
Anything else you want to add? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was super fun casting together. I'm glad I got to get out here and kind of showcase this mod a little bit more and hopefully generate some hype for this upcoming tournament.
Yeah, I'm excited. We definitely need to cast together more next tournament season, championship season. So 100% we'll be doing that. But cool, everybody. Well, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We got to bounce, but that was a lot of fun. And yeah, sign up for that Minecraft mod tournament. So big shout out to Studios for making the mod, this guy for doing a lot of the artwork. And again, this guy has a Discord with all the TNT skins on there. You can find that in the video description as well if you want to put on a cool lizard wizard outfit or something. So sweet, cool. All right, everybody. We'll catch you at the Minecraft mod tournament. I'm sure I'll be casting that. So we'll see you then.
All right.